truth in our hands. No more silence, we take a stand. For the people who cry, for the dreams that fade. We speak for the hearts that justice betrayed. Radio True Media
on FM 103.9.
Radio True Media
on FM 103.9.
Now we voice, now we power. True Media go shine like tower. We no go fear, we go talk. Even if they know how make we talk. True Media Radio on FM 103.9.
Now God we dey Friday, not true we dey preach. Freedom of speech, now that we dey teach.
For so long, we go stand tall. Radio True Media,
one voice for all.
We honor the land, the struggle, the fight. We shine a light in the darkest night. Because we believe in hard work and faith to Sierra Leone way. We hold the line, come what may.
Them won't set we more them, but we go shout. Now the poor man voice we they bring out.
Now we alright for know the truth. Now that make we go protect the truth.
Truth big and more than it can anyone.
We are the voice, we are the flame. Truth will rise, they'll know our name. We are the truth and nothing else.
Truth big and we know the play.
Now for so long, we declare the way. Tuning every day to
Truth big and radio.
3.9.
Truth big and radio.
3.9. Radio True Media. Radio True Media. Radio True Media. Radio True Media. Radio True.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.
Mina Yusuf Jallo, the Cow Footprints, and you they listen to Truth Radio on 103.9 FM live from Freetown. Natu de las.
Well, me fancy anyway for do with yourself no more. Hallelujah.
Truth Media.
Truth
Media. Yes, you. Truth Media. How join on Truth Media.
Truth Media.
So unala we dey watch Truth Media. Unala we dey listen to Truth Media.
Now listen June
Una listen to Truth Media.
Now for do any business for do some. They live in office in all bad. Any business for do some. I do provide for make any students them. Anyway for make or the confusion or the education. Anybody for learner. Anybody for prepare. Any song if for day. Anybody.
Ayo nyabone sawo matonya yepe gbogbo era o tonya yepe gbogbo era ngatu ayabo meta wa to mi na ni FM o tonya yepe gbogbo era ngatu ayabo meta wa to mi na ni FM Tamianga tua tonya yepe gbogbo era o anya buda tonya yemi aloma tonya yele ni amome nyabone jagbe yale meja ti yale do mi do nyango ngoro tonya yepe gbogbo era o nyata mi sibena na mo rabo mi driver nyabura je deburu rabo mi wabido tonya yepe gbogbo era Amiaga to ya papa go titalo ba papa ne beda pene gbenu go ma o aye gbo gbeta wa to mi na ni FM ne ma ya mi abede bede amkeni mo na de kini mo ni da ke za ke me e bi lo to me gbo amiaga pinga
It's a beautiful country. It's beautiful people.
Beautiful country with beautiful people indeed. Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Truth Morning Devotion. Today on Thursday, the 21st day in the month of May 2026. So they welcome me to another edition. Good morning, how you sleep? Hope you get a good night. And you didn't find this morning, and tell God thank you for life. It's always a blessing for sleep and wake and get the energy and the strength for come here and continue to do the people's work. We always appreciate that. You need to take that for granted. We be grateful to God and thankful to ourselves as well. We join me every other weekly morning, whether through Radio FM 103.9, or we partner radio stations them across the country, or they watch you on Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok. Thanks for taking your time to join us this morning. We appreciate that so much, and pray say you will continue to get the strength and energy and well body for do this together. These are the people's work. Now we all they do we talk to ourselves, ask questions, all people accountable, but all we self accountable as well as a people, and remind we self that this country is a beautiful country, and we all get a role for play for ensure say it better. You know, one person like we can say picking, one person the men picking, or you know, it takes the mom, it takes the dad, it takes the brother them or sister them. It takes a family, it takes a community as well. That is how we should see this country and we nation say we all get a role for play, and we all get a part for play, whether in the private sector, in civic space, in public service, in whatever way, in your community. Yesterday I watched one video, people in a dance street, right? It's dance street. They do some community work, then somebody share with me, then they cement the road, you know. Then they do them. People and they mobilize. I know in my community in Akisi, some areas, people and they mobilize. We all can give support for make roads and put cement and all. So we all can do that. And if we can do that, if we can mobilize collectively, irrespective of what political parties people belong to, we were able to collectively mobilize and get an agenda for we community them. And an agreement, say this week community for keep and clean. Nobody know for to way dirty na gutter na ya. Nobody know for the litter the road like that. We were able to clean up this place. This community, anybody who they can to if can campaign. We own manifesto. We will present unto you. And yesterday I was reading, we are less than if only the amendment bill we go to parliament, they adopt them, then pass them and it become law. We forget election in November of 2028. And one of them posted yesterday on Facebook, I was reading it. It was actually reminding us that if we go by waiting day na the bill day, if na that same day election get for happen, we are actually less than 2 years to elections. So if we begin get conversations now, hopefully we forget ECS and now we can talk about them preparedness and other institutions them. But we as people, how prepared we are? Are we developing our own manifestos in our communities? Say, okay, this community, we don't dey per water crisis na ya. Now this we want, now this now we want let you tell we how you solve this problem. Me and somebody been talk, and we were talking about electricity. Why we not go zone Freetown? Let's just take Freetown and zone them. Zone Freetown. Say we get from Upgon to St. John, you get one zone. From Upgon to say Shell or Texaco, you get another zone. From that end to Calbaton or Allenton, you get another zone. Take go Waterloo and take them to the rural part, this western part. And you put, because EDSA now one institution we get infrastructure now almost every other community. Then get infrastructure, then get substations, then get offices around. How if I get problem, how do I have a short code within Shell, Kisi community? And also if I dey upgone to Texaco, there is a short code, or there is, if I call, say I have a problem now, there is a technical issue. Somebody no need for come all the way na Western for go do me work na Eastern. There is someone or somebody no need for come outside and day by a central Moxianda and go all the way far west for go solve that problem there. But the team within that area they able move and say yes, we get an emergency logo solve them. One, it is save cost, it provide efficiency, and it ensure say people and get trust in the system. Because if you call person in 5-10 minutes or 20 minutes, it show up. You dey get trust in the system. You dey believe say no, if I call them and they come, they take, then go come. Then thing and they. I think Guma get the same system. Guma get water system them right. Now then get infrastructure. They most of them get infrastructure now. Different communities there. How do we make their areas and they people they know say the offices and they and then can call them people and they and then go respond to them and solve them problem. But they centralize most things. Most things is centralized. People imagine almost the cost for fuel for come all the way na Tonga go far Kalbachong for go solve problem. Till they reach the traffic and all that, the person go don't task. But we as community people, the conversation they have forget. Now them conversations they have for the get now community. We they complain about light, we they complain about water, housing. Now we they throw dirty in a gutter. Now we they dirty the streets. What thing we self they do? How do we mobilize? Like how they mobilize for make road? How do we all sit down? How we they sit down as community people? Say, "Oh, engage ba." This week community, all the man and they can campaign now. But what thing we want? But what thing our priority in this area? Can we present it to them? Can we ask them that we now this we want to solve for we first ba? Give me how you solve this before we go pan the bigger thing there now. Hopefully, we go get that awareness, the empowerment. Now that's what they try for do now. How we serve as a people, they take ownership. How we they take ownership and collaborate across party. It doesn't mean if this person did at this party or you did at this party, but there are things in our community them we cut across. If you know they affect everybody. So how we go sit down and get a conversation, say, even though we did different political parties, but this now we own community manifesto, now we own agenda this. Now this we will own solve. Hopefully we'll get to that point. And like Rami man say, if they go by November, we'll forget election. Possibly we are less than 2 years to 2028 election. So we'll start conversations now. By the time the members say this year done by next year, we are full into politics. But we the people and for begin lead the conversation, not for wait for the politicians them. Then we begin lead the conversation. Because we not for be commodities in this puzzle. We not for only be valued, be people and way very important or way politician and value where election term come. We for be important 360 man, 360. Good morning once more and welcome. It is a blessed Thursday morning and we'll start the devotion with prayers. We'll pray for ourselves, pray for our country, pray for our leaders them. Pray that we get the wisdom and understanding and God make we a better people that we go try for do thing right for make this country a better place because now people let them make country. God know they come up and can make country. Now we safe. If salon puela mo, not to other person puela. So let us pray. Let's start the devotion with prayers. Join us in prayers this morning as we seek God in guidance, in blessing, and in protection as well.
They look for education, the one that they look for each and everything where we can ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for. Leaders them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue for guide and protect them and also do the rightful thing the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can want for the leader do. And also we all as a youth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make we unite ourselves. And also, we picking them within they grab. We love ones them within they grab up, make them back become a successful leaders them. Now this particular Sierra Leone. So ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا ولم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Lord, we get dreams and aspiration in our hearts. We will look for you for the bring that come to pass. Papa God, we pray that the strength, the grace, the wisdom, the favor, and all what we need for that we be fruitful at this dunya, and for that we work all make sense. We pray that you will bring unto we today. Lord, we pray that all the past difficulties that we will experience as a nation, as people them, as families, and as people that when are young picking them. We pray that then they all not go be erased. We pray that today will be the day we will mark a new beginning in our lifestyle. We pray that today will be the day where everything will begin for change for we good. Lord, we pray that if anybody there in the nation will want for bring setback, if anybody there where they try for go against your plan we get for people then in this country, we pray that you will cause their hearts for change, and we all go able to work together as one people, as one salon, for make sure say peace again, for make sure say love again, for make sure say prosperity come to all the people and all walks of life in every corner in this dunya and in this nation. Papa God, we tell you thank you, because we know say this is not a brand new day, we know say this is not a blessed day, we know say this is not a day where everything get for turn around for we good. And we know so we will always get a reason as a nation and as a people for come back to you, because now you're not the one where they make all things work out for we good. And we pray that today will be the day where they go rise, and today will be the day where they go experience freshness and refreshing at their own life. And at the end of the day, we will give you glory and we will give you praise. We tell you thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
So long, Hallelujah, here we go. We done the pray, so today, the time don't come for make you answer. Retire for past being do. I do ya sorry for you, because we sense a nonsense if we not get you presence, and if we didn't get drunk, we for don't fit for ourselves. But we know able, now you capable for Pului Pandiskulala. The time you begin and the press, we need the pen for dog, we done the cry, just make the rain for dog, can't help we love. So we rise. Let we not suffer for the one them. Let the wealthy country with their hand. We leaders them, please guide them. Make them do good things from make we stand. For the land where we love, we sweet sorrow.
We dey pray for we alone. May God answer we prayers them. May He make us better people. You know, let God give you wisdom and understanding. Let we able make the right choices. And let God give you leaders them empathy, hearts, and that conviction that, yeah, you know, the hope, trust, and, you know, of people lay on their shoulders, the good decisions and policies they take will definitely change things in the lives of people, whether in creating jobs, in protecting businesses and all of that. But if they do take bad decisions and things them way wrong, definitely it will affect people. We pray, say, we serve as a people, get the understanding that we all get a role for play, we get a part for play. There are things we they do, so we serve. Then this yawa ukara man jam me, bra, they drive. Rough one, they ride rough one, they jam me mutuka, bra. They drive go, just go no more. I was like, imagine this if na mortal money bank so. That's why they ride go back. Some of the things we do, we serve to we serve with the two-way dirty. That brady na this gota out and color. Samba gota. All the BM people and over butu and pupu na da gota di. All 10 man and the candy for camp pupu bra. Man and the candy na did in the camp butu. Na the people and the two-way dirty. Na they people and the two-way dirty. Drive past now them bridge there, then small bridge there. You see how people they don't build host them, come up they don't block the waterway. We all they sit down with the watch, with the see them thing and they. Community ownership and leadership back, because if una then una young community una see somebody they can build na side when a bridge where the water for pass where no go cause flooding. How una community people and go allow, not like football field, right? I remember how they grew up na Kisi. We get so much for we get one field and call and Ghana field. Na Sal Post we get that property there. Now don't be play ball. But I remember there was a time, man, and say some people they want can take they want sell the but the community mobilize say no, not get recreational ground no. We now picking and they do sports. Now we picking and they play football. Then crusade now how they do them. Now how they pray. Eid prayer. The community mobilize and say no, and the institution back out and say okay, they allow left them first, but they don't. I think they don't listen. They don't build some fishery stuff. They now, as a lot of the community don't lost the playing ground. Them. I can drive past Texaco. I know the barracks field. Now that will be the pray. Now the Eastern Lions been the train at some point where they move from trade center. That don't mean do almost everything. Go play football, athletics, and all. But then say police don't listen to somebody. They don't build. The police don't build some big warehouse there inside there, and don't listen there. So now don't be the pray back. Now the community they all. Now them been they go pray. We don't lost all length in them. But community people should take leadership as well. We all for sure responsibility, because if somebody on a community somebody come on no say na road for na ya. Water they pass, somebody can begin building. Una they say I begin build. Una left I build. Where rain season come and that road that gutter they block. Where flood, now not only they affect, it affects everyone. That one grand person they own selfish decision we make, it affects everybody. But again, I agree, there are state institutions and we're responsible. We're for a bull, man. Like I say, that guy somebody still living now good bridge. Then what go eastern then this year, man. Then bridge and then side they all win have been bridge. You see building don't start from down. Take come up. You don't some things that wake up now. I can like I can say now, I can really ask how then I can start and how it gets to a point nobody able to come and tell them say no, this is not right, stop, not continue for doing. When they build massive building, a bridge, then they go invest a lot, then they put pillar them from down, come up and build, store them, get shop, rent some expensive one. It's scary, it's scary. It looks like there's a breakdown. Institutions that we're responsible for do certain things them are not doing it. Community people themselves they sit down then they watch. Sometimes the community people themselves can start and then they do that and they look the wetland na the Aberdeen Creek. they talked to somebody the other day, and then they tell me how people and they show documents, say they get document from Ministry of Lands for build now protected area. I see one my colleague they share a document from the Ministry of Land. I think all that protected area they na Kenema, where they say people and don't invade and they build the Ministry of Land don't pull warning. Ah man. Anyway, we can do better. We can do better as a people. This morning, I want to inspire we as community people. Let we all take leadership, whether it's developing we own manifesto, whether it's putting we own priorities then right, collaboratively, collectively, irrespective of what political parties them belong, but all take ownership of we community them as well. If we see people and they do wrong in our community, somebody they can't throw away dirty in our community, somebody they build now waterway for block road. Let we mobilize as community people. Don't engage in violence, but we can mobilize and reach out to the authorities that are responsible and say this is wrong and it's happening in our communities. I admire this guy. He's a journalist. He Samba Gota. Most time in that area they live. But it's so care about how people in the dirty and people in the go toilets they that if they do video, we see them, if they do video and share them on social media. Because it's wrong. If they play your part. But what the other people within that area they do? You go see person no more, you say la left not to me business. But how people in the country dirty now you go to tear a pile, a block, where you come, where you flood, now you they affect. So that person in the uphill self, you don't go live now. You know they near day. You know they affect them. So let we all take responsibility and some level of ownership. Community them must get leadership. You must get chair lady, chairman, attire based the day. You know, chair lady the day. We all let's take some leadership and ownership and responsibility for make this country a better place. The politicians know they see so not so alien them more. Now from we communities, now from we families. Now from we schools they will go, we colleges, now we people them, now we paddy them, now we fumble them, now we brother them, now we sister them. Not so alien them, not so people will come out as psychia. If the man don't go overseas, if them be don't live here first, then no, and then get family then yeah. You know, the government is a reflection of us. The people who in our governments are part of we, now we society then come out, now we school system them, then go to na yeah. Now with families then come out, family system. So now reflection of we, not so people them way na some other side and come out way bad been day, then they can't do that bad thing. No. Now we self. So we all for take responsibility. Political leadership is paramount, it's important. Now in the shape a country, may always believe that. I clearly believe say political leadership. People should lead by example because a nation, they follow within the leader, then they do back. And people away president they appoint, and they follow within the president, but always they read them, now the president's agenda, and they follow. But we as a people, we leader them, can lead we to the right path. If you get bad leader, we only get tendency for do bad. Because naturally in we are humans, we get the tendency for be selfish, we get the tendency for be lawless, indisciplined. Now I make states, then they create institutions them for control people. Just so that, say if I do this bad, the law didn't go enforce some me. So let me all try for do that, try to they grow up, we get them chief, then community chief. We call self, then they go summon you. Now they go sit down and case. I think that thing, and they all don't lost in our community there now. When people, family, they make plaba, you go get the imam or the pastor, you get community elders them. They go settle them matter then they. But you get chief. I remember when we were growing up, man. Yeah. Now the chief then they handle some cases, so then community disputes before even go to police. But man, the communities broken now, man. We really get a lot for do. We get a lot for do, because now that side and everything they start. The people them way they can go into politics, can go into business, can come into media, come into civil society, go into academia. Now community then they come off from. Now then they come out, and then they build. Waiting and see Nine and they live with from the home. You know, we get a lot for do, man. We get a lot for do. But let's take we anthem and pledge this morning as that now commitments to this country say we put Salone in interest above all else. Salone big pass we all, as Mikoto, the minister Chernobyl always say. You know, and we for put we doing in waiting we they do. You know, because this country if it better and we all they enjoy it. If it goes bad, it affects all of us. You know, so don't get down there at the back of we mind. And let we always try for use we anthem and pledge for commit we self of trying to do things the way right and avoid things the way wrong. Let's take the anthem and pledge. We will come back, carry on some stories them. Hopefully we will get some updates on the investigation on the vessel where the Spanish authorities them being arrested. Also, we get for look at the ACC, the investigation on the University of Salone and the findings, the recommendations, and we can't talk exclusively on that on the program this morning. Continue for stay with me, and we'll come back shortly. Let's do the anthem and pledge.
to me, not to you. Now everybody for come together as one. So capital know your feet to travel with me. So men the team in the local limba with me. Everybody come together with me. Salona we all with me. We all know say we entered on the past. Let we may come for the picking and roll the bomb. Hey, I like it in Australia. You know Salomani. I like it in the USA. You know Salomani. I like it in Germany. You know Salomani. I like it in London. You know Salomani. Baby, that one a bingo. You follow? You know Salomani.
Respect to all massive and crew. It's been a long time you've been away from home. That's why me come back, when me sing things upon me bring you discussions with the vibes. Jah be my guide, Rastafari. Papa, you been tell we say, make we trust the process. But man, it is called the progress of the process. We are in suit and tie, and dirty character. Thief man, they all are thief now, this is them batter. I, Rasta man, me know Eric Kokembu, me represent blue, white and blue. That's what me have to do. You meet the water dirty, you know it make me settle. And then you jump beside, you don't dirty and more. Thief man, they all are thief now, this is them batter. Salon they go behind, who that now we go believe. It's the wrong side life, we dey live so. They all are thief, who that now we go believe. It's the wrong side life, we dey live so. Sorry, sana, sana, so. It's the wrong side life, we dey live so. Say Arata, who that get his character?
Indeed, Pus and Arata would I get this character. So he said, sana, sorry. Wrong side life we're living. Welcome back, listener to Truth's Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9 with the broadcast live from the studios na Ilcots na Freetown. If you just join we, you also listen to we on we partner radio stations them right across the country. And thanks to we colleagues them in the regions, we always they connect we through we partner radio stations. They bring you some more updates. Yesterday I attended the mining week, man. It was a better planned, event. Even though I think some national event thinking too long for me, and I don't know, thinking too long, But yeah, I'm so happy that the people that we put all that space there together in Sierra Leone. And in regards to my man, my man then are Eminence, and I think Eminence they do some fantastic work, as a company where they produce and curate event name. The place was, it looks good. It looks good, well planned. The booths them. But yesterday, me and somebody even the talk. Like where I go, where they watch, and I watch the program and the people that they present. I was like, 65 years we've been mining in this country. How many people with the contents of them companies they are say they are Sierra Leonean owned companies? They are actually companies them where Sierra Leoneans them, if not to 100% shares they get, maybe they get a major stake in them. But how many of them we go say they are companies where Sierra Leoneans them get large scale mining license, now they involve in mining, now they own like these big companies where they employ almost plenty people, How much? And for now, evening time, we get a program now. I was listening while the drive go home by 8 o'clock. And one of the guys that we didn't get as guest, now, somebody who don't graduate from FBC, now, mining somebody. And he was talking about how the difficulties, how students in a day, na college, for do internship is a challenge, for go on field trips, now them mining companies and for understand what's in the mining sector they're about is a very serious challenge. People and they then go college, they then graduate for they then understand and see what's in the minerals and stuff. They don't. So it get back to me. How do we take ownership of we mining sector after 65 years of independence? how do we get indigenous young Salon people them? We get Sierra Ruta now, where Sierra Leoneans them don't take over. But how do we get it in other mining areas? How do we say the system is, if you're coming to invest, at least let there be Sierra Leoneans we get percentage now you mining. Because anyhow we be, man, Sierra Leoneans they own mining, large scale mining company now this country. They'll definitely not take everything away. If even they go invest overseas, go buy house other side, they'll build houses here, then go invest in businesses here. The money they remain. I think moving forward, that should honestly be some of the conversation they will get. How do we create millionaires? How do we look we young people them? Sit down at that all day and see how then they present on waiting and don't do na the mining sector. I see Ghana doing that actually. I see Ghana they make some efforts for get them business people them for invest in mines them. So then they get that full ownership there. Hopefully with time we'll get there, and I'm hopeful. But it was a better planned event thanks to Ben of Eminence and in team, and also the Ministry of Mines, the National Minerals Agency, and then partners them. See a lot of young people where they don't say no see, people where they work at the mines actually, where they work for the agencies them as well. We can take some stories. Let me go on some stories them quickly. So yesterday, the first batch of deportees them, third country nationals from the US arrived na the Freetown International Airport. Actually, we will expect, according to the minister who have been getting yesterday, they talk say then they expect 25, but na 9 of them no more come. 9 of them na them come yesterday. We on a special flight where the US government bring them come, then carry them go na a hotel where then they live presently. And according to we saw somebody will talk to, we've been there with them because media wasn't allowed. The person actually been there explain say most of them are stressed, they've been in detention for a very long time, they want to go back na their country, they hope say then go facilitate, then go on and all that, and hopefully then go facilitate, then go on and and we'll go back na their country because they understand will get now that most of them willingly want to go back na them countries them. So out of 25 we for being come yesterday, we get only 9 we come, and then they na a hotel outside and they keep them na Lunge. And yesterday I was like, then tell where they happen so we waiting na the assurance, like what I've been they ask the minister, waiting at the benefit all they get out of this. It's important because Sierra Leoneans themselves they suffer with this issue of visa ban and all. Yeah, hopefully it will be fixed. But seriously gets concerns, and it's something that needs to be cleared. I still don't understand how a company where they manage the $1.5 million for this whole process, and I will see them online. I can't imagine that. How a company that manages that amount of money not get any online presence. I not see them get websites, and I've searched. If anybody able to search for Keva Solutions and get any updates or can connect with to any person where they own that company there, it will be good. I'm doing name search actually with the National Investment Board and try for know that and get this company and what are the experience in managing this. Another story where we don't run now, the Sarah Grounds Market. President Biobi opened the Sarah Grounds Market last year. I think it was September or November, with the understanding that traders them within a trade to go inside it. And the president even make a pronouncement reducing the cost for women them, we traders them, we sister them, we mama them, we auntie them, we they sell. But up till now, Sarah Grounds Market no open it. Up till now, trader they not go inside it. Up till now, as we speak so. And in season they come, the trader then get concerned, then worry about the business, the weather, and all of that. Up till now, that place is closed. Up till now, it's closed. Yesterday, the chief minister and other officials them, na government been go na the Nant project na the east of Freetown. Usai then go supervise the progress of the project. Let me take that video there and go come back and kind of run some other stories them na the program. Continue for stay with me.
Right now, when that is completed, will be 110 megawatts of generation. It will be a plant on land in Sierra Leone, and it will be able to energize the entire Freetown, the entire western area. So these power issues that we're having will be a thing of the past once this plant gets into effective operation.
And we're looking to expand it. So yes, we have a lot of faith in the country. We see a lot of good things happening. We want to do more. 90% of our staff is we've been telling the Chief Minister 22% of our staff are women, which is very high for us.
A $480 million Millennium Challenge Corporation compact, which will expand the electrical grid across the country. So we're happy to support these types of projects.
This is an example of what partnership looks like. It's a partnership that is supported by the US government and the Sierra Leone government through the DFC. It's an example of what development should look like and the kind of development that His Excellency is bringing. We're very impressed with the progress. We're very impressed. The Ministry of Energy is well connected, and the project developers send us monthly status updates to all of us, and we read that. And we wanted to come and see so that we understand when they send reports to us to say they are on track, we can see for ourselves that they're on track.
That's now the Chief Minister, Dr. David Moinin Asenge, the Minister of Energy, the acting, the Charge of Affairs that the U.S. Embassy and the Nant people, and they talk about the progress of the Nant project. We hopefully go begin supply electricity by early next year, according to the waiting with the so far. And yeah, we'll take another story. The mining week, like I said, the Vice President being open yesterday, the Freetown International Conference Center, and it was a good event. A lot of frank conversation and statement them were made there yesterday. And let me take these updates, then we'll come back shortly.
The Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallow, then officially launched the Mining Week with the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources, together with the National Minerals Agency. This event they bring together government officials, mining experts, corporate institutions, and even other leaders and government officials from other countries in Africa and other places. This event also includes the 11th ordinary meeting of the African Diamond Producers Association. The Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallow, been talk say the mining industry supposed to be accountable. He also warn against the mining companies them we can get mining license, but they can fail for develop their license and they.
The future of Sierra Leone's mining sector cannot simply be to extract and export raw materials indefinitely. Value addition must increasingly become part of the national agenda. Every stage of processing retained within Sierra Leone creates more jobs, more skills, more revenue, and more industrial capacity.
The Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, Julius Mataya, be explained say governments committed to responsible mining partnership and long-term investments them, where they align with national development priorities. Ebi emphasized the importance of the African Diamond Producers Association and how they promote cooperation among African diamond producing countries and how also this association they help for transform diamonds into instruments of peace, dignity and sustainable development.
Africa must not remain the source of minerals while others monopolize the standards, the system, fees, the data, the processing, and the strategic leverage around them. If the continent supplies the substance, it must also ship the terms.
With them partnership here and conversation where the mining sector they get together with investors, mining executive, and stakeholders from across Africa, the public they hope say them minerals here go begin for add value to the people their life, especially to the one the way they live around, outside them mining operations and activities here can carry on. For Truth FM News, Mina Andrew Chopele.
Road school, water by Leone. From Kono to Tompoli, voices rise, hope down shine like morning skies. Community go grow.
Many thanks to my colleague Andrew for that report from the Mining Week. The Mining Week they continue today and tomorrow as well. A lot of conversation around, and yeah, but like I said, I'm looking forward to that time where, you know, event like there where we see a lot of indigenous large-scale mining companies presenting what they're doing and waiting how then they help the communities them. How do we get the communities them also for testify how mining at the areas them don't transform their life, the lives of them people them, address social issues and all of that. Because we've been mining for far too long, man. For far too long. And it creates we own millionaires them, we own rich people them, say Leoneans them work in both say yeah, they made money from our mines, they reinvest them now and create jobs and help the government by paying royalties and taxes as well, and help the communities them as well. Because most times where you get an indigenous person, they invest and they do them thing then in our communities, and they see the people them as young people them more than the person where they come off far for can invest, can spend money and go making your own country or making your own life, you know. So yesterday the Sierra Leone police being at a press conference who said update the media and the public on the investigation on the vessel where the Spanish authorities them been arrested with them links a Comot Salon. Let's take that video there. We possibly I can make some calls back, possibly go talk to the people already do the investigation, the authorities them for get some updates and ask some questions. But let's take the video quickly. Let's watch the statements from yesterday's press conference, then we'll come back shortly.
A lot of information will be making rounds on social media platforms relating to allegation of the arrest or seizure of a vessel where they alleged say it come from Sierra Leone and they contain narcotics. Immediately after that incident, they reported enemy grounds on all platforms. The leadership of the security sector, particularly the Inspector General of Police and the National Security Coordinator of the Office of National Security, Mr. Leone, they issued out a press statement to inform the public about the fact that this information will be making rounds on social media platforms don't also reach my attention. In that press release day, we make a lot of commitments, we make a lot of pledges. The one we treat the matter with all the seriousness we deserve. That's why we go handle it professionally, and we will do everything within the powers for investigator. And that will lead we to the Constitution. of an investigative committee. In that committee, they an interagency one. Means we get several institutions relevant to that process for investigate the matter. That committee will talk say as and when the information relevant for public consumption available, we will come and give the public that information there. So today we there for give a report, a preliminary report on some of the findings who we don't get in relation to the matter. So the report states here, on the 7th of May, specifically 2026, the Office of National Security, by extension the security sector, they issue a press release in response to the media reports regarding to the seizure of a cocaine ship by Spanish authorities from a vessel registered at the Comoros Islands. Women say this vessel, this ship, fly the flag of the Comoros. The vessel, the investigation say, had reportedly departed Freetown on the 22nd of April 2026, and the interceptor en route the Mediterranean. Consequently, the government of Sierra Leone, through the security sector, they established an interinstitutional investigative committee for determining the facts, the circumstances surrounding the entire incident. When they set up this committee, they give them objectives. When we pull the press release, we talk about professionalism. When they do professional investigations, you know they do it with emotions or sentiments attached. What they do, you get program professionally so that they will leave no stone unturned in your conclusions. So the committee, they will set up with objectives. One of the objectives are to verify the identity, the ownership, the registration, the voyage history, and the activities of the vessel, including any connections to Sierra Leone ports, territorial waters, institutions, individuals, or criminal networks. The second objective of this committee investigation now for collect, for review and analyze relevant evidence and information related to the vessel, the cargo, the port operations, immigration, customs, logistics, maritime activities, intelligence, and other pertinent matters concerning the alleged shipment. The third objective is to conduct interviews, do inspections, verify the documents were available, and liaise with foreign authorities and international agencies as necessary for establishing the facts surrounding the matter. To assess potential violations of national and international laws, maritime regulations, and security procedures, including possible institutional shortcomings that may have enabled the activity to occur. The other objective is to maintain strict confidentiality and proper evidence management procedures throughout the investigation. We also be established as an objective the reason for provide periodic updates and a final report containing findings, conclusions, and recommendations, including appropriate legal actions, administrative ones, operational and policy measures. Now that one now we do so this afternoon here. And for also conduct a coordinated investigation into alleged shipment and determine any link between the vessel, its activities, and Sierra Leone. So when we pull out the press release, we appeal again to members of the public that this issue now one way very sensitive, now one way hinge on the integrity of the country, and as a patriotic Sierra Leonean, you for be concerned. If you get any information, any data, we're credible in relation to these investigations, do you feel free for contact? We will put a number there and report and help the investigations. Sadly, we find out some people that don't take their own business to engage in social media banter and give out information to the public where we consider to be very misleading. we will use this opportunity again for call on members of the public. Now, this issue now is subject matter of investigations. In any investigations, comments we will jeopardize the investigations, they may be considered prejudicial. So before you go sit down on social media, before you forward something where you're not certain about, do you come to the committee and help them with that investigation, with that information? It will be useful where necessary for the investigations. We want to make that special appeal to you all, because this is a poultry country. At this particular juncture, and now with the call on the head of Toku, we are the leader where camp and fight as far as it concerns with organized crime. But let me take you through the findings of this committee and the rest of the other details. CS Philaga, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Will. Chairman, senior officers, members of the Fourth Estate, after the investigations thoroughly, these are the preliminary findings we will get as at now. That one, the name of the vessel in question under investigation now MV Akune. The nationality of the vessel reportedly registered and sailed under the flag of Comoros Island. Date of arrival in Freetown. The vessel will arrive at Freetown on Friday, 17th of April 2026. Routine inspection. All competent government institutions undertook routine inspections as provided for in their institutional mandate. Quantity and type of cargo loaded at Port of Freetown. According to the cargo manifest that was formally accepted and signed by the master of the vessel, he confirmed receipt of the following: 1,151 metric tons of palm kernel cakes. 2, 50 metric tons of marine diesel fuel. 3, 15 metric tons of fresh water. Date of departure. The vessel departed Freetown on Wednesday, the 22nd of April 2026. Length of stay in Freetown. The vessel stayed for a period of 5 days. Number of crew members on departure. 17 crew members departed Freetown on board the vessel. Voyage history. According to media reports, the vessel was intercepted by the Spanish authority on the 1st of May 2026. However, the assessment established that the vessel took longer than typical duration required for such a voyage. Instead of 6 days at economic speed, the vessel took 9 days. Ownership of the vessel. Open source report, primarily from social media, alleged that the vessel is owned by Serenity Shipping Company, purportedly registered in Sierra Leone. However, the National Investment Board, NIB, the official authority responsible for company registrations, confirmed that Serenity Shipping Company is not registered in Sierra Leone and does not operate at any address in Sierra Leone. General findings. All officials denied knowledge of any cocaine shipment originating from Sierra Leone or being officially processed through recognized ports under their supervision. Officials indicated that they first learned of the interdiction through social media. Based on available evidence, port movement logs, CCTV footage of loading operations, loading photographs, and reviewed cargo manifests, there was no officially declared consignment resembling the alleged narcotic shipment. Evidence obtained from terminal operators and other stakeholders confirmed that existing port security measures, including access control, cargo monitoring, and coordination with security agencies, did not indicate any reports of concealment of narcotic within the cargo loaded and the vessel hatched during the period under review, that is 17 to the 22nd of April 2026. No stakeholder at the port currently requires vessel ownership insurance information as part of export processes. All procedures and documentations were duly completed during the export process for the vessel. Evidence shows that no formal maritime intelligence alert, notification, or irregularities breach had been reported to the Sierra Leone Maritime Administration concerning MV Aconium. MV Aconium has never been flagged or any suspicious maritime activities, including AIS manipulations, irregular routes, false documentations, irregular voyage, ship-to-ship transfer, dark fleet behavior. The number of crew allegedly arrested by Spanish authorities in bracket 23 exceeds the 17 crew members that departed the port of Freetown. The assessment showed possible exploitation of weak monitoring system of our maritime domain beyond 200 nautical miles. The voyage time disparity and the presence of 6 unaccounted crew members indicate a significant risk potential transnational criminal activity occurring outside Sierra Leone water. Evidence revealed that among the 23 crew members arrested by Spanish authorities, there is no Sierra Leonean linked to the seizure. I now come to the general assessment. At this stage, definitive evidence confirmed that the alleged cocaine seizure reported in the media did not originate from the Republic of Sierra Leone. Nevertheless, the investigation has not ruled out the possibilities that Sierra Leone territorial waters may have been exploited by a transnational organized criminal network. The matter remains under active investigation. Conclusion. Although the government of Sierra Leone has not yet been formally contacted by Spanish authorities, it has taken steps to contact them through diplomatic channels and other international partners as the investigation into the alleged seizure continues. The government of Sierra Leone remains committed to conducting a professional, impartial, and intelligent-led investigation and to fully cooperate with international partners with a view to dive deeper. Anyone with information that will assist the investigation is encouraged to contact the Office of National Security, ONS. That is all on my side for that.
Well,
I want to continue, Mr. Chairman, with
head of Toku being the key an update on the investigation on the vessel where the Spanish authorities them being arrested, with cocaine, where links say within clear is Salon don't confirm say yes that vessel liquor. But there are questions. Actually, I've been talked to ONS or police this morning, but unfortunately they say they can't talk because the investigation still they go on. Later they go come out with a comprehensive report. But there are questions. Who that get it per mind? There are questions way I wish I've been in that press conference. There are questions that needs to be answered. Would I actually get it per mind with the export? Would I get up? Yeah, definitely if we confirm say yes, we export, that ship they can load per mind for go. Person they will get up per mind day. Not to magic. There are people will get the diesel or the fuel with they load na that vessel day. Would I get them? Who side that person they day? Is that individual in detention? He don't run away, they under arrest? How this vessel can say, would I register with? They carry a flag, but which company register with? Even if not to Salon, he must get company where he register with. If not to Salon, how we go older company there for give more information? With all this investigation, is anyone in detention? Anybody there where police directly they look at for investigate? And coincidentally, as we they pull this statement, as police they make this statement yesterday, there was this report, and this is from Crime Intel. This is a credible world crime intel channel them outlet them where they report news them about crimes across the world. And I read them quickly. Say Belgium fugitive drug trafficker Jos Lejlikas, known as Bole Jos, was sentenced in a new trial to 8 years in prison, an 80,000 euro fine, and a 10-year port ban for orchestrating the smuggling of 11 tons of cocaine from Sierra Leone to the port of Antwerp in late 2023. The cocaine hidden in a container of palm kernel meal and packed in 8,464 bricks was discovered at Key 1742 in Bavarian after a dispute between rival pickup crews triggered intervention by maritime police and customs. So again, it said 20 accomplices received sentences ranging from 18 months to 10 years, along with fines, and some receiving additional port bans. 2 suspects were acquitted. Lejdekas has multiple convictions in Belgium and the Netherlands and remains at large, reportedly living in Sierra Leone under presidential protection, with extradition efforts from the Netherlands still unsuccessful. This thing still they come back to we. It comes back to us. And coincidentally, when you read this report, the same talk about palm kernel come up. It said the cocaine hidden in a container of palm kernel meal and packed in 8,464 bricks was discovered. Same way how the Spanish authorities them discover, cocaine in this other ship. Who that get this per mine? Who that they export per mine with this vessel out of the country? There must be someone, not a magic. There must be someone. Or they can talk to the Minister of Energy this morning and not be one announce them before it don't come. Or they can talk to her this morning quickly. Then we get for a look at the University of Salon issue. But let me again, I don't tell you I say always thing they happen, so it don't happen by magic. Let me take the video of the Inspector General of Police where he been talk about February at the Ministry of Information and Press Conference. And also the Attorney General and Minister of Justice who have been getting an IR, we say the police they investigate. So the police been saying they investigate and go come out with a statement and all. They'll take them to video and they can talk to the Minister of Energy. Continue for stay with me.
In the first place, what did they try now? And this so-called sporting of Jos. As I talk so now, there has been no formal communication. That notwithstanding, within allegation and fly out, government direct that we set up an investigation into all of these things where they fly. So what do we do? We not get not a case where we get possibly can complain. So what we do? We get special units police, or we call the open source investigation unit. We activate that picture of that man where they float on social media. We don't able from the open sources for affix a name to that face. And the name Umar Sheriff. Umar Sharif and the name will affix to that particular face. And we also look at what if they come up on social media and say, you don't enter this country for the past 6 months. So what I mean, they can, what you do as a sector, as security, as police, as investigators, we'll go back 6 months from now. We'll check all the former entry points into this country. That kind of not a deal. That one has been established. For we, all of them questions when they play in our mind, we'll get answers to them, or we'll forget access to this particular person. So as we talk to them, we'll be on the look for this particular person, and we encourage members of the public, make a letter for support the police with information. We will agree for going out to the facts of this thing. And therefore, the guy every week on Tuesdays for update the public on this particular one and several other matters. So the one on the Guinea.
Waiting at the state of the extradition request for Josh.
Within discussions on that. When I say within discussions, in discussions with the Dutch authorities, I don't get several meetings with them. Within discussions with the Sierra Leone police about concluding the investigations.
You don't get updates from them from the last whole talk because you've been telling me say then they investigate and then it will get back to you.
Yes, I don't get update for them, and then we'll make the outcome of the investigations known publicly very soon.
So you do in discussions on the extradition request. You still there in discussions?
Oh yes. It's a continued process within discussions, and then of course will be guided by law. Once the investigations are concluded, we understand it will happen very soon. That will inform the next steps we will be taking within the ambits of the law.
Welcome back. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9 with the broadcast live from we studios na Ilcourt na Freetown. Well, we will continue for giving our updates as and much we get, as anytime we get them. But we're going to remind the police and the AG as well. These were public statements where they make that police they investigate, go come to the public. And what's in the happens so not by accident. Context they to them. So they try for make una get that context there. And I think the police owe the public some explanation. How far is the investigation with Josh? And also for telling you that get the palm kernel. We've been doing at that ship with the Spanish there also. I think that was missing in that statement we the head of Toku read yesterday. We asked them questions, but unfortunately they said they're not going to talk on this until after they conclude the whole investigation, and hopefully then go come to the public and explain. This morning I got the pleasure for welcoming at the studios the Minister of Energy and Cyril Grant, a few days ago for Bingetam, but unfortunately there was some miscommunication in Bingetam emergency and not be able to make up, but we don't discuss that and we're fine. Yes, things happen, and so we get this morning for can give an update on the electricity situation at the country and waiting at the pathway to success. This morning I watched a video of the Nant will show where he and the Chief Minister go there yesterday and other authorities and people from the U.S. Embassy. Good morning, Mr. Minister, and welcome.
Good morning, Lamana. Thank you. First of all, I'll apologize to your viewers and listeners for not being able to show up. I think it was 2 days ago.
Yes.
Unfortunately, at the same time, I had an emergency meeting at the Ministry of Finance and Chief Sefno. This light business.
You need the money.
Yes. So I'm here for one good day, and at the same time, you will expect me. So I apologize to the listeners and viewers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's fine, and I'm sure we listeners and viewers them will accept that. And but what the situation which we light presently? It's 3 nights now. I'm sleeping in dark. Check around, say from SS Camp, Tego, Batos, that area they made it. But it's 3 nights now. I they sleep in dark. What's the situation with the electricity?
Well, first of all, let me address the biggest issue that people complain about. Number one, we don't get blackout. I mean, rolling blackout for about 2 months now. And I think about 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, EDS have been issued this press release about the shutting down of Bumbuna. And it was going to be shut down for about 11 days, from the 18th to the 29th. And when people read that in the, it created somewhat of a panic. But some people are like you, of course, go say, "Oh dear, let the left we serve."
We're not gonna
light. Why did they send press release? So right now the situation is obviously we may not negotiate with EGTC. For let them send more engineer, then go up there. Then they reduce that downtime day to 5 days. But the matter of fact is, the Bumuna at that time, this time of year, every year since 2011, when Bumuna come online, by the time the dry season on Nakwi, at the height of the dry season, by then May, water not in itself. So when you do the calculation, you realize, say, at a certain date, it comes to the minimum height of water above sea level, where enough to operate the machine them at all. And they may not predict, say, based upon the evaporation and the rate of use, say that day they go be the 18th. So typically every year we hot the machine and then do maintenance for let we prepare for the rain season when they come, for let the machine then now go the reservoir go collect the water in for next year. So now that be right now, because of that day, we what we do, we talk to Kappa back, then they increase the production. We contract to Kappa now for letting give 45 megawatts throughout the dry season for complement the amount of power we lost every month from Bumbuna. But because we see how people they know they suffer, and this has to do with kind of the configuration of the power distribution. Now we decide say, okay, let we increase car power, and then let we begin shape the light the way car power they produce throughout the city. So they may for begin Monday, but when I look the situation, Friday night I go home, I look the situation, decide say, listen, I call all man, I said we for begin the operation the Saturday night and continue on. So Kappa now they run at 60 megawatts. We now supply all the transformer them with its supply the Freetown network. So you will realize say a lot of people now they get power at least in the evening peak hours.
The people in the Eastern mostly, you know, we open up a phone line the day we for come. Some people are okay. Certain part they say yes, they're getting electricity. Some people are Allentown, they complain. Thunder Hill, Black Road, even okay. Some areas they say no, the light no they come. Central Tonga gets a lot of calls around where people can complain about. What's in the situation with Eastern specifically? Because there was this generator, na Black Road, where the ministry, through the Ministry of Finance, been provide funds for them maintenance and for the provide electricity. What's in the status of that?
No, so make I explain on the back. It can tell like say, okay, if generator the Eastern, then all of Eastern will get power. But the problem is the generator will get Eastern. Actually, not two generators we get. They are 7.5 megawatts each, so then they alternate. The one go on, then one go left, one go on, one go left. So about 2 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago, we authorized let them put fuel in the machine, let them begin use at night for complement the Bumbuna way being go down. But unfortunately, the capacity and the demand na Eastern don't explode. You self know.
Yeah, new community.
The side way Freetown they grow now, not to Western, now Eastern. Eastern has a lot more people and a lot more demand. And in fact, I've been a talk the other day, say in the last year or so, 6 months to a year, we don't add about 25,000 meters now the system. And most of them meter then they in the Freetown network are Eastern. So there's a lot more demand that goes out there. The generator with the Balacolo Road, you know, they reach that far. It can probably only power up to about Wellington then side and day. So it did not go too far. So in order for the Eastern to get power, all the power will they come na the network. Now King Tom first they go in terms of the network. They go King Tom, then full transformer where they talk about. Now then they supply now the network whether na Hill Station, Eastern, all the way to Waterloo, all the way to Sussex. All that power the way they get all around the hills all side. They go through King Tom first before it get distributed. The only network where you know they go to King Tom that they generator them with the Eastern, but then not they reach far. So now that make the power then they see na Rokel and inside the King Tom they come out, go through all the 33 kV line and for reach the inside and they.
What's in the situation where somebody go complain say it take them a month, they don't get lights like Calbatong. I ask if not fault. Somebody call from Calbatong. I say if not fault. They say no, we don't complain. They say not to fault, but light no they come to.
Yes.
The other man in Allentown say in the day, Allenton, or they see by Hastings, they get light constantly, but then not they get light.
Now, by the configuration of the network, not forget say the network don't grow and they don't add panel over the years. And when Freetown was in 1960 something, Freetown was only about 250,000 people. It was very simple. We get central business district, then we get some area them, and the network being follow the growth of the city. Right now, because the city don't expand, it don't really explode. The network the way they build, they're not in line with how the city layout. So you get some network them where they cross over areas. It is supplier, it jump, it supply under, it jump, it supply. So it's not. It's the topology, as they can call it in English, nor they follow the network of the city. And that make it look very spotty. So, in fact, we therefore address that issue there. In fact, my own belief is that we therefore build up the network from volume 0, invest in and then alternate. Now, part of the problem is the back, because the network gets some transformer them. We don't all some transformer them. We imbalance because some man them with them build, so area they wouldn't build, they're not the change the transformer them. Then just the add line to the transformer them. So you go find out say some area them they don't build so much, they don't add so many users on that transformer there, it don't exceed the capacity of the transformer them. So anything where you exceed the performance, it begin malfunction.
But you serve as technical.
Yes.
Nadi, before you become minister, right?
Yes, technical consultant.
Yes. So I'd imagine the point of having a transformer and get for which they overload and it well. What's in the maintenance schedule? Say even a weekly or monthly, do we check our transformers for know how much the load don't go panam or which maintenance need for be done panam, instead of just wait until it overload, then it blow off, then we need for procure other one, and people end without electricity.
This is not part of the entire system, not just the transformers. This is the approach to work, the approach to planning, the approach to thinking through every year, making a plan. Spend money, think about how you now they address the inside and they where they expand, how for buy big transformer. All of that they need money for do. So now that make, I think what they do now, as you listeners they know, this negotiation will be done very quickly soon with the concessionaire. We don't run utility. We are at least about 4 times bigger than Salon Utility or EDSA. We can and give you a different narrative and reorganize the planning function, reorganize the forecasting function, reorganize the investment function. All of them things, and you cannot take one thing out of the other. It has to be a full system implementation.
You talk about the privatization.
Yes.
So I've been read. There's this Ugandan company, Umeme. Is that the company that the plan
Umeme, for? Out of I think we've been getting about over 20 companies that we sent RFPs to. We narrowed them down to 6, and out of the 6, when we went for an RFP, Umeme became the front leader, and that you remember we don't negotiate with for over about a year and a half now.
The competitively, the process has been competitive on Ado Advertiser.
It was competitive, yes.
Because I'm reading online, there's this story about you. Maybe I've been do small research you and say the camp because I know we're going to talk about privatization. There's this story in African business where say legal battle as Uganda takes back the power. The return of electricity distribution to state hands had sparked a dispute with the private company that was trusted. It say Umeme, an electricity distribution company, announced on 2nd June that it to take its quarrel with the Ugandan government to an arbitration court in London after weeks of unsuccessful negotiation. Umeme ran Uganda's distribution network for 20 years until its contract expired in March. The company says it is owed 292 million for the unrecovered cost of its investment. The government has already paid out 118 million and says it owes nothing more unless additional costs are revealed by ongoing audits. So the dispute follows the government decision to take control of electricity distribution back into state hands, the latest twist in a long-running debate about who should pay and who shouldn't pay. The end part of this report now that the government thinks that the electricity private service provider cannot run the business effectively with lot of power outages. This is a company
Yes.
that we're in negotiation with,
Yes.
but the country outside and they operate, they accuse them of this.
Okay. Me not able to comment on the lawsuit and all of that, but what I will tell you is if you go to 25 years ago and look at the state of the Ugandan utility and the Ugandan network, and then you come back 10 years after that, you will see the gains that they make. In fact, it became a utility that everybody in Africa talks about. It became one of the leading utilities that they spoke about. Government, and I sure say if you go and talk to the people of Uganda now, they want you member for comeback, because right now they're not making a rolling blackout. So governments don't take over the system back, and it is failing. You know, you really need professionals, engineers, and professional administrators.
We're not got indigenous businesses and we show any interest.
Oh, we did. But don't forget, this is a multi-million-dollar utility. We don't just want left and to indigenous business because now we fumble them and because now Sierra Leoneans. If they get the capacity, no problem. And in fact, the idea is not for them for Kangonam for 25 to 30 years. The idea is we will make it shorter. It's about 15 years, and we will also have a component of EDSA who will monitor their performance, because we're not going to just left them, let them begin on the place. We get for make sure say we self get representatives them, we monitor their performance every year, we assess their goals, and they get paid according to the goals that we set, and if they don't make their goals, they don't get paid as much. So it's really a performance-based contract.
What's the contract they presently?
The contract they in final negotiations. We get for meet with them. I think we probably have 1 or 2 more meetings with them for cross the T's and dot the I's.
Presently, as EDSA is, an institution where they make money.
On paper, it doesn't. But you and I know, as I've been talking yesterday in our other show, is that EDSA is, in terms of the amount of revenue, in terms of the amount of money where they go to, it's probably the biggest, apart from the mining companies, it's probably one of the biggest companies in Sierra Leone. There is no need for EDSA not to be making money. There is no need for EDSA to be leaking as much money as it does. I mean, it should be making, if you know they make money safe, enough for the lost money, at least should be making a little bit of profit or just run.
What's the money they lost?
Also, it leaked some of the, like I say, some of the transformers need to be changed. Some of the lines need to be changed because then are the technical losses. But a majority of the losses we get are commercial losses. We then say with man call and commercial losses. Commercial losses native or man in the bypass meter. But people in the bypass meter, and they will cover with iPad and but people in the bypass.
But this like with people na EDSA possible.
Either people na EDSA or electricians or other people. I mean, electricity is not that difficult. People like me to say you need to be sophisticated engineer for go bypass meter. It's not that sophisticated. If light out, people can come. It's very easy. You can pull the wire come on the meter. Outside they go na the meter. You put on direct na the consumer unit. I don't need on so. So it's not that
But what about EDSA leadership as an institution?
Yes.
For the reports where they show some level of willingness of people wanting to pay, for them the utilities and all of that. EDSA don't go through a process. So there's been allegations of corruption, misappropriation of funds.
Yes.
What's in the capacity of EDSA and technical people and as well, administrative people within, because she don't be around for a while.
I don't let we paint EDSA as a bunch of crooks and a bunch of thieves. There are a lot of talented people in EDSA, consummate engineers, consummate administrators that exist. And in Nasalon, it's a Sierra Leonean story. If you want to look at EDSA, it's really a Sierra Leonean story. In every ministry, in every business that you go, there are talented Sierra Leoneans who are there working in the shadows. Then they grab every morning, then go work. They work for their money and go host to their family. And these are people who are not doing the right thing. Then they okay? But it's a whole system that needs a revamp. I mean, we just, over the last year, we selected an interim director general. We get experience in managing a large institution. George Taylor, who used to be CEO at Sierra Leone Commercial Bank. So he is slowly trying to change the system, working with the board, the chairman of the board, and the board members. So it's a slow process, but I think in terms of rapid change that we need to achieve, what we need for achieve, we not get them again, you know. We really need for bring injection inside, and inject a new narrative into EDSA, you know.
So the other issue where this morning I've been talking about decentralization.
Yes.
Of possibly electricity. EDSA gets a lot of infrastructure.
Yes.
Say Eastern. How do we? Yes, if I do Eastern, I know say I get electricity situation. I able call and somebody able come up within Black Hole Road and come and solve my problem. I don't need to wait for somebody for come up from Western and go solve my problem na Kalbatong or Allentown. Are there any thoughts about decentralizing this system and get people directly? We go bring efficiency and trust in the process. People we go in case somebody call there's a problem. Immediately then go and solve it.
Yes, so they actually then get that in place. It's them now begin work on that. So right now there's a customer service area in I think na Juede, a customer service desk and all thing in Juede. And then get one I think na Godrich as well. So it is a bit decentralized, but when you look at the size of, even though in our own experience Freetown don't big and it don't explode. You know, go compare Freetown to Lagos. You know, go compare Freetown to Accra. And those people, I mean, and we can learn from their experience. You know, go compare Freetown network to Cote d'Ivoire, Abidjan. And they are running systems that are far much complex. Then they run in systems, they're far more complex. And they have centralized systems that are very effective and responsive. So now that culture that we need for now bring into EDSA. We need a system that even if it's centralized, it no matter if it's centralized, but when you call 672, they answer within 30 minutes. You ticket or you issue don't go at the correct place. The man they don't dispatch, they don't send team day, they don't go assess the problem. If they need for replace the meter don't then go make requisition for the meter, they install the meter within 1 day. Now that system that we want. It's not just the systems on the street; it's the ability to respond very quickly because it's all about customer service. If you provide the customer service. People then they prepare for the power, so then deserve the customer service within they pay for.
EDSA get the capacity in terms of mobility, logistics, and all for run this system, or there
needs to be investment in mobility for more vehicles, for more bikes. Over the last year, they now increase the ability for do that, but more needs to happen. More needs to happen, not necessarily you no go buy 1,000 vehicles, then you no go do nothing. But when you buy the vehicles, how are they organized? How do they run them? How the tracking system they be? How then they keep the tickets? Who do they monitor? Say the tickets don't come, but you don't send it out to the team don't get them, they don't go to the house. Who do they record? Say they don't go to the house. Who do they record? Say okay, when they go to the house now, so do they meet? Who do they record? Say okay, they don't make acquisition for wire. They don't make acquisition. All of that is a level of complexity that needs to happen for let EDSA changeover or turnover. And at that day we aim for.
You talk about copper ship increasing the supply, right?
Yes.
To 60
megawatts. Yes.
Does that mean we get for pay more?
So now that have been the issue when we make the decision, say, listen, we're not going to let the people at the east they suffer, so let we increase the production. We do the calculation. I say this thing also it will cost you more because when you realize, say, the Israeli-Iraq war increased the price of fuel and the copper contract. Every month, we will pay. It depends on the price, the cost will they pay. There's a fuel component there. Because now then they bring the fuel come. It depends on the cost of fuel on the world market. So the moment the fuel go up, the cost they go up. So we look at the calculation and we realize, say, listen, it will cost me more. But I think you have to realize, say, even though electricity is a business and for make profit and then kind of thing, it is also a social commodity. You cannot have a country or a city where you have the ability to supply your citizens, then you begin to say, well, I'm not getting money now, I'm not getting money, I'm not going to pay, and this and that. Before that, let the light out for all man. But if you can stretch it a bit, which now that way they do, with prudently, if you can stretch out a bit prudently, and provide some sort of solace, even if not 1 time for day people don't get light. And that's not the approach we take. So yes, it will cost me more.
So what millions is this going into?
The calculation, I don't want to begin to talk about that because now they go run on it on social media. It will be more than $1 million for the month.
Monthly?
For this month, yes, so we don't increase to 60. It will cost an additional $1 million for all manga electricity. But it is worth it because go say the excuse where you go give people where they pay for light. The one where they pay for light to go say because it costs you more, therefore they not forget lights. It's a social contract we have with our citizens. It's a social contract that EDSA has with its consumers to provide electricity. The people they never know who's the electricity they come out. Now you tell them say they provide the electricity. Yeah. So when they come, if you get the ability for provide electricity, you have to do it.
EDSA get the capacity for mobilize the revenue for able to pay car power. We get CLSG still a supply, right?
CLSG still the supply, but limited because of the areas in the system. But I understand yesterday say we don't begin make payments back to Guinea. We don't begin make payments back to Ivory Coast. It's a work in progress. Once we get to a level, we'll go negotiate with them back, say, listen, we're big, let us give you some amount of money, and then they go begin supply we back with the required.
EDSA they mobilize enough for able to make them payment there, or you not still rely? Still rely on government support.
Okay, so the issue that I want all you listeners then for know, not like say EDSA they take electricity is send them, then thief 100%, and then money not then government is stepping. EDSA does make payments. EDSA is obligated to make payments to all of these IPPs, but the revenue they get, for example, if the bills they come in at about $8 to $9 million a month, EDSA is probably coming in at about $4 to $5 million.
That's low.
Within this, it's low, but then still they make the payment. Not forget to then get for pay their staff back and make all of these payments.
So it's not profitable. It's running at a loss. It's not a profitable
business. Running at a loss, but not as I said.
So the balance money in our government say they come off.
The government go get for step in, unfortunately. And that day one of the reasons that we will get for Commertspan, this EDSA business, we need to concession, make an investor come in, let it run the system efficiently, we'll invest in the network. So between the World Bank, between MCC and the utility we go carry in, there will be more investment into the network. We're going to make the network more efficient. We'll provide more all them postpaid meter where they can't get rid of the all even all the government offices now prepaid meter will go put. So all man go get for pay for the light where they use from the body where they get light all the way to State House, all go be prepaid meters.
The generator, the plant na Kintom.
Yes.
What's in our status? I remember I asked Dr. Kandeyum Kelana the other day. He said, yeah, government provided, the Ministry of Finance provided fund and buy parts and all for maintenance. And what's in I say they supply electricity?
They supply electricity. So those plants, the plant the way they Kingdom, now 2 plants we get Nigata machines. I think they're about 4.5 megawatts each. So then in a total of 9 megawatts. The plants in Black Hole Road are 7 megawatts. The government don't spend a lot of money in doing the 25,000 hour maintenance for them, and we don't fuel them up, and they provide electricity, but they should then for car in as a backup to the system or to the cheaper forms of power. We not just want light time because we want light time. When you send electricity, you get to make sure the electricity you send is affordable and it not go cost you that much. So we use them in terms of emergency for supplement side we will not get electricity at any point.
Okay. You were at the Nant project yesterday.
Yes,
there's this huge excitement that Nant will come on. So when Nant come on, switch on, there is electricity.
Yes.
Is it going to solve the electricity challenge? We all go, I'm not going to sleep 3 nights without electricity.
In the Freetown network, well, so it will solve for the most part, but I want to let all man know say we get waiting and call suppressed demand. For Freetown, people can say Freetown Salon interchangeably, but they're 2 different entities. But for the Freetown Western area, for, I think our suppressed demand is in the region of about 300 megawatts. NANT will go a long way. It will go a long way in solving that issue there immediately, right? Right now, when we run on nighttime peak, what we call nighttime peak is that even time we all man go down from about 7 o'clock till about then 1 o'clock morning. Now that time they all man they use electricity, especially the dry season. We air conditioner they can on, freezer then they on, fan then they on. When people then go home, that hour they 7 o'clock till then 9, the power demand is quite high. A few years ago, about a year ago, it used to be about 80, 85. Now they are predicting, when they look about the demand we don't come, it's probably gone up to about close to about 90 to about 100 megawatts. Okay, so for the most part, when the NAND project comes on, it will be able to meet the Freetown demand, okay? No, but not forget not to announce no more. Let people not think say they give up our whole thing and announce no more with the supply with electricity. And not forget say we don't they complete in about a month now. The respite project we go give you 30 megawatts out of Newton. In fact, we are coming SSF and they go Benguima Waterloo. There's another 20 megawatts of solar. We one company we name Innovents the Bill. We get another project we will go build Nakamakwe, another solar project of about 40 megawatts. So there are going to be diverse sources of energy with the Canada system. We're not to Nant no more go supply power. What we look at Nant, the advantage with Nant go give is because of USAID, that Kisi Wellington industrial area there, the ability for businesses then get reliable power. Power when the shake for letting production go up will make it possible for other businessmen then can invest in a salon na that area there because it will now become a source of manufacturing.
What's in get for supply? What's in the expected?
It's 108 megawatts, but because of the configuration and then go with LPG, which is a form of the cooking gas what they use. It's a type of now the same gas then go to use initially, but then go transition in about 2 years to LNG, liquid natural gas, way a lot more efficient. Okay. Once then do that, then we'll get the ability for increase the output from 108 to about 115 in that region.
So the model is the same, like we'll be buying electricity like how they buy
yes,
from
it's an IPP. It's an IPP.
Okay.
Yes.
And this same NANT power we get for CAM, now the same cable they get for go, same transmitter, right?
Yes.
And the capacity, we don't talk about capacity.
Yes.
The increased supply, how about the distribution network?
Okay, so you got the distribution network with the up at 30 kilovolts, right? So the issue there will be we get the distribution network over the last over the last decade in Freetown has been upgraded. There's no question about it.
Okay.
So from substation, from generation injection point, substation to substation to substation, it's been upgraded. Below that, we go from substation to transformer to hose. The problem we get for fix and invest money pan.
Okay.
Yeah.
The chief minister yesterday been the post about over $1 billion dollars investment in the sector over the years where this government able secure from different private sector development partners and government own intervention as well. You don't then at this sector, you know, as consultant, what do you think say now the fundamental problem? We've been investing as a country, partners and don't they invest in them. What's the fundamental problem with electricity?
Well, the fundamental problem, we'll just point at one thing, say this not the problem. I think there are a number of issues where we get for solve. You need a working utility. You need a working regulatory component where we'll get with EWRC. You need transmission, you need generation. All of them, they make the 1.0 system work. So you cannot point your finger to one issue. For example, we get a transmission line, but when you think about Sierra Leone right now, we only get 2 three transmission lines that you can talk about, right? You get the one where they come up Bumuna, we done the since before even 2011, but we been active from 2011 from Bumuna, Ikante, King Tom. We get the Bo Kenema transmission network. They serve between they go from Bo to Kenema, and then it intersects with the CLSG line. Then you get the CLSG line in Sef. We in a transmission line where they run from Kenema. You get 5 substations along its entire length from Kenema all the way to Kamakwe. So in fact, we need more transmission lines. So there are a couple of projects we'll get right now. The MCCOA we talk about, they in progress right now. They will bring and build what we call the southern transmission line. We go on from Pujeon, come back to Rutile area, and end back up na Newton. We also finalize now the loan documents for the northern transmission line. We go parallel the sideway, this 161 line day. The 161 line gets limited capacity. Right now, what we don't realize over the last few years, the amount of power we can carry are only about 60 megawatts. If you think about it, what I say, the demand na Freetown na net na 85 megawatts.
Yeah.
If we rely only on that line day for bringing power, we will be 20 megawatts short. Now make Kappa day on the other side. They use the 161. So diverse sources of injection points will create the necessary condition. So you cannot say now one thing, say na EDSA no more. You can say na investment into the system. You can say we need more transmission. We definitely need more generation sources. We need more diverse generation sources, and we need make sure the ability for pay we suppliers them. We get under the system. We get for pay Ivory Coast. We get for pay Guinea, and those sources in terms of regional integration where we talk about now. And one thing we glad about in energy, energy is the first commodity we don't see. We don't go ahead in terms of regional integration. Where you make we as Africans proud for trade with each other.
But you're concerned that we're paying in dollars. I want you that you're going to go spend dollar for pay Guinea and pay Ivory Coast.
Not concern. Not concern. But I think what's happen now, we all in the region they say this is so necessary. And I think that not to me go solve them, but a lot of people that are thinking about it, they come to the same conclusion that we now need for EPWISEF as a continent, as a region, even if we own Leones, and there needs to be a system where, in terms of transactions, in terms of banking, in terms of investment, the regional approach is going to be much better.
The people of Makeni are concerned that they not get light.
Yes.
Bumbuna they pass through them.
No, I know they pass through them.
They not get. Also, how Bumbuna they come with? Bumbuna they supply Makeni.
Yes.
Yeah, but that is what I mean. That then they get supply from Bumbuna.
Yeah.
So what the situation?
If we not Freetown, no they get light. 10 chances to 1, Makeni always get light through Bumbuna, because Makeni is the first stop on the line. So there's no question. Waiting and can say they're not to get enough from Bumbuna, because like I say right now, the Bumbuna line don't go off. In fact, the generator on Makeni and Putloko and then Tongdendi and Mabroka, the generator then we give diesel at very expensive cost for letting give them some semblance of power during these 5 days we go off. Yes, Makeni go tell you say they're not together. But not forget to all them talking they call so. I don't talk this over and over, and not to steam away for hide. People they're not the paying at Ntongdeni. People are not the paying at Makeni. Enough people not the pay. Enough people not the paying at Bo and Kenema. Enough people not the paying at Kono. We have losses in the region of about 60 to 70%. All right, so
that's huge.
It is huge.
But what you try to do for this?
They do a revenue enhancement. Go around and most of them people are not the pay so now bypass meters. A lot of bypass meters, and people are proud of it. And that's one thing we as Sierra Leoneans we get for look we self na the mirror and say, me cannot do that to me country. If then carry Salon Mango England or America or any other side, where the law say XYZ, then they salute the law and go by the law.
But the system works as well. The system works as well.
Yes,
If you
but
don't pay for light,
the
you don't
system
get
is
light.
you. The
Yeah.
system is you.
Yeah.
The system is not one-sided. It's a two-sided road.
Yeah.
So you self as citizen get
I
from-
agree.
Yeah, in that
Yeah.
two-sided road.
Yeah, I agree.
You go say the system they work. The system they work because all man they obey the law.
Yeah.
We just they look say hey nobody do they watch if the paper not treat. Nobody know they watch work traffic. Nobody know they watch make a thief light here. But the incremental impact on that is a breakdown of our obligations as citizens. It's a breakdown of obligations as Sierra Leoneans to create a Sierra Leone that we all want. If we want to create a Sierra Leone that is moving forward, we all therefore begin small. They clean up with gutter, clean up with compound, pay for electricity, and Sierra Leone will become the jewel of Africa.
I totally agree with you. We all get a role for play. You can't be stealing light other people they pay, and then they pay for you with the thief light, and we money no day we all get the light problem. But you enjoying this job?
Yes, I mean it's challenging. I don't tell nobody lie. It's funny. Yesterday, I was in the office and one young man came because he made one proposal we reject. We say no, this we're not going to take this proposal because he get this, he get this. He say you're not able to go back to the investors then. Now I say really. He say he hate the arts. He say no able thing. Now I say okay, come sit down on my own chair. Let you take over this chair. Let you see if you it go at you more or less. He totally panic. No, I never tell nobody lie. It's a very challenging position. All the ministers before me, I doff my hats off to them because obviously they had to come up with systems to manage the energy issues, the EDSA issues, the employee issues. So it's not an easy job, but I'm committed to doing the best every day I wake up and doing the best in everything I do to make sure that energy becomes a priority and we go all the challenges we they meet them face on and we they report to the people them very clearly what we they do for the all man go no say not to energy, not to one man job. Now we all get job. All man are Minister of Energy na salon and we all will solve this issue one day at a time.
What's in the assurance? You said the time for the maintenance of Bumbuna don't reduce to 5 days.
Yes,
right?
5 days. But I think over the weekend they go done.
And for expect for get light.
No. See, na the issue. No. So what you have me tell you is that the water level don't go so low that they produce that much. I think now 1 megawatt, 2 megawatt they can Freetown.
Yeah.
So even after they done the maintenance, the water level, unless rain don't come boku, the reservoir will increase. So slowly the reservoir will begin increase. Stay by then June, July, where you don't do at its full peak. Not forget, see, by then August, you're going to begin come 50 megawatts. But between now and that 10 days, they come small, you increase small. So the fact that you get in electricity is not necessarily from Bumuna.
Yeah.
The fact that we don't do the maintenance, it give you more assurance the machine and not go broke down in the middle of the rain season.
But what's in the camp right now? How can it be distributed fairly? You know, say this area, they not been the common with
Not forget to say when we did August and September, nobody not going to complain, but distributed fairly. I like?
Yeah. All the lights there because
yeah. So that's not the issue. Where the lights come, it's usually distributed through those 4 transformers because Bumuna by that time they produce at maximum. In fact, they produce more than 50 megawatts maximum capacity where they can Freetown. Then we can get all the other solar injection where they can as well for provide we with the amount of demand for meet the demand within the system.
Okay. So as at now,
yes.
how people we don't live for some time, you know, a kappa they give 60,
yes.
right? How and you get the generator on a black hole road,
yes,
and
then we get the solar. Then we Santem they come on as well.
Yeah, then they give. So how like I said, me don't go 3 nights.
I know. But I'll go ask. And I was when I get light Santem. Do you
me
know?
not in the house Santem actually.
Now,
so
it go interesting for see if lights they can Santem or not. So I rely very much on the EDSA for do a rolling blackout. So people are fairly treated. So if some areas then they win and they'll say they not get light a certain time, then forget, at least you not forget, go more than 3 days without light. But you go look into your own issue specifically, something at fault.
I call a lot of people call some areas them around town here, then go tell you 2 days, they don't go, they know they get light and all that. Maybe I think the other thing is how, like we've been talking, how people trust the system. How can they call and complain customer care, say we don't go these days, we know the light, and people can respond to them and see how they go address the situation.
No, so we don't create this WhatsApp bot, but the responsiveness I think is a bit lacking in terms of the backup people within BNM. We also have a WhatsApp number, not to just 672. There's a WhatsApp number. I don't remember the number right now that you can also call and leave a message. So they try for address all of the systems one by one, a lot of the issues.
So finally, Mr. Minister, what's in the assurance way? All this conversation it's about the power, about people go switch the light and get an house. What's in the assurance that and this situation will be fixed. I mean, I've been remind people them yesterday. Even yesterday, Facebook they remind me how 12 years ago I was complaining about light. 11 years ago I was complaining about the same problem, and few days ago now I sleep without electricity. What's in the assurance?
No, the assurance is I am reassured myself that it will change. The visit we will make to Nantes yesterday is very clear that Nantes will come on. The visit where they can make right now to Innovent, I know say within a year, then they go count on. I know say if people in Falamigo, Newton, then they self go count on. And we are making strides in every aspect of the energy sector for all things will change for the betterment of Sierra Leone. Okay. Now I'm reassured that things will change. It don't take what we depend this. And somebody say not to apology and not to talk. Too much talk. Yes, we get for talk, we get for explain, because if we not explain, people then go begin take the narrative God aside. But we hope say we will engage with the public through shows like this. We'll be able to explain enough for let people understand. Say it's not easy, it's not cheap. And not an instantaneous solution, and we're not the kind of make so the whole thing change. And it's a work in progress, and we just need a little more patience. Let all things go work and all things go fix for the future go bright for we all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Minister Cyril Grant, for joining us this morning, and hopefully it go get better, and but we all get a role for play. I totally agree with the minister. If you the thief light stop for, if you sabi your neighbor, you they pay for light and your neighbor the thief light, it's unfair to you. So if for prosecutor, if for make the authorities they know, we all for play with on part, because EDSA need money for pay for the light, and they need money for buy cable and maintenance as well. So if you know go the other people are not going to pay, and other people, but they say also people can say MDs and they will owe una plenty. Then they know they pay. Are they paying now?
We don't send teams to them. We don't make a lot of payment plans with them, and they can't change the way they discuss now with Ministry of Finance whether they pay at source or whether all that subvention they go can directly to EDSA. So there are schemes in place where we go make sure say at least then safety pay. You talk to His Excellency, he will tell you point blank, all man for pay. He makes no bones about it. So it's a thing that comes from the highest office. Say he knows almost with the spend pan electricity, and almost government they in the hook for level pay all the areas. So his mission to me is that all man for pay.
What do you usually think about, the areas or electricity supply?
The areas will be there. It's not like American government and debt. The debts go always there, but you have to make government work. So for me, it's electricity supply. The areas we go find a solution for pay dandy. That's not a problem. But then people can get electricity first. And then the most. If we depend on darkness, nothing not the work. But we provide the electricity. We go manage and work on the areas.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Minister. We'll take a quick commercial break. We can talk to our next guest. Continue for stay with you.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines at the bank? Say hello to Omnolite, your ultimate banking solution from EcoBank. With Omnolite, managing your finances has never been easier. Here's why. Omnolite allows you to enjoy easy access to your account information across multiple countries. Monitor your accounts in real time from the comfort of your home or office. Rest assured, with OmniLite, all your online transactions are guaranteed secure. Do you need to transfer funds? No problem. Whether it's domestic or international, OmniLite has got you covered. Make multiple payments effortlessly with our convenient multiple transfer service. And paying bills is a breeze with Quick Bill Pay. Plus, schedule future payments hassle-free with standing order. Want a checkbook? Just request it on OmniLite and it will be delivered to your doorstep within 10 working days. Experience the convenience and efficiency of OmniLite today. Visit us online or at your nearest EcoBank branch to learn more. A better way, a better Africa.
When starting your day, getting fit is the first step. When the hustle starts, nothing should stall you. When it's time to plan your future, saving should be easy. When you're ready to expand, no room for excuses. When your child needs relief, waiting isn't an option. And if it's you asking, no isn't an answer. Because for us, when it comes to banking, it's all about you.
Across Sierra Leone, more people are asking the same question. Why buy fuel anywhere else when Cornex gives you more? Professionally trained attendants who know service matters. Conex Fuel, a litre is a litre every single time. And when it's time to pay, easy. Pay with mobile money, Visa or MasterCard, or the Cornex Fuel card. Clean restrooms, welcoming spaces. Every station, every time. Clean fuel, clean spaces, clear value. That's why Sierra Leone fuels with Cornex. Cornex retail outlets, always clean, always professional, always for you. Fuel smart. Get your Cornex Fuel card today.
Welcome back. Many thanks to our first guest this morning. The minister not be announced deliberately that he's coming just so that no miss. But yeah, he was here and we don't get a conversation on the electricity challenge. Hopefully it will get better. We can look at academia now, education, and also the outcome of the ACC investigation, findings and conclusions on financial governance and procurement irregularities at the University of Salone for the period 2021-2023. I get the pleasure this morning for welcoming at the studios Sylvanus Blake, the Deputy Director of Public Education and Outreach at the ACC. Good morning, Blake, and welcome. Thanks for joining us. I also get Dr. Tonya Musa, the Director of Communications and International Relations at the University of Sierra Leone. Prof, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Lamrana. Good morning to listeners. Then I bring on our greetings from the management and the family of the University of Sierra Leone.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us this morning. I also get James Tamba Leby, a journalist and media activist, in Day with you this morning. Good morning, Mr. Leby, and welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Lamrana. Good morning to my listener and my viewer.
So that's it. Listener, we guess them. But forget the context of what happened. There was an investigation where the University of Salone been put up committees them for investigate allegations of irregularities, financial irregularities, management and other things them. And the ACC was involved in this. But very recently, on the 8th of May, 2026, the ACC, in a letter to the Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of Sierra Leone, sent a letter and say investigation, findings, conclusions and recommendation, University of Sierra Leone. I write to formally notify you that we have completed investigation into the matter arising from an alleged administrative, financial, procurement and governance irregularities at the University of Sierra Leone, USL, for the period 2021-2023. Blake, I'll start this conversation with you for a little get a context. There was a time where, ACC began for intervene and do then investigation there. what the ACC na the University of Salone invite una request una intervention into this investigation, or na una notice semblance of irregularities and una do investigation?
So either way, the university, after the preliminary investigations, we then constitute then committee them for do. They be make we know. And the indications were, yes, the issues mentioned being cross the initial line, we go attract your attention for a full-scale investigation. So that's it.
So what's in our findings and how we go about with this investigation?
About how we go about investigation are the same. The baseline of every investigation now for able to establish criminal conduct to wit corruption, and for able apportion that liability to people we believe say commit then conduct and where then they don't happen at all, we come back and inform the public. So waiting we as an institution, they always investigate now whether corruption don't happen when a criminal liability. So this investigation, now from that baseline in the begin, because the pointers, the issues being germane to the work we they do. So the findings them boku, but maybe I'll try for
yes
summarize them.
In governance and ministerial intervention, financial management, and also research grant management, business center operation, una not find anything of irregularity or corruption. Una not indict or say there is corruption in these processes.
So now I make us say the baseline na criminal liability. And me and you know, and we viewers go agree say for established criminal liability, the threshold is very high, now 100%. 99.99% not to criminal liability, now 100%. We can read a reasonable argument. So, but when you do an investigation for established criminal liability, the Ignorable Established Criminal Liability, the Anti-Corruption Act of 2008 as amended 2019, provide plenty of other things where the commission can do. So we can uncover irregularities in every investigation were not equal to criminal liability. And we don't get this conversation about evidential threshold, evidential threshold. This is legal. This is not about feeling, not about, you can't cosmetize it. If you not get the evidence for able to establish a crime, you can't do anything about it. But other irregularities, the Anti-Corruption Act, Section 7, give we plenty powers about what we for do. For example, Section 7(1)(a) make it clear that where the commissioner and the commission uncover say practices where they lead to underperformance of state institutions, they happen, they issue recommendations on how for ameliorate them practices them. And those recommendations, after the 2019 amendment, get enforcement powers where the commissioner can enforce. So they address the irregularities because we can cover irregularity but not to corruption.
There is no corruption in this investigation specifically, no criminal liability on anyone.
On this instant file, we don't pull this report, so yes, we no indict nobody for criminal liability.
Dr. Tomiya Musa, the University of Salone in the press conference yesterday in a statement, la read the end part, the end note. You say, together we'll build a USL that is accountable, transparent, and governed by law, not by convenience, and not by selective reading evidence. In this regard, we are asking the ACC Commissioner to instruct the Director of Crimes, Mrs. Evelyn Kuyembe, to issue an apology to USL and retract the report which now circulates in public, lacking in balanced presentation, damaging the image of USL and the reputation of the Independent Investigation Committee and subcommittee members. Waiting on our acknowledge and still they say una reject the ACC characterization of internal investigation as procedural flawed, but una say una they go ahead with una own internal investigation them. So totally una reject the ACC them investigation and outcome on irregularities and other things at the University of Salone?
No. Make us start first of all for say the University of Sierra Leone not get any adversarial relationship with the ACC. What did that mean? We not get any bad blood or bad feeling as institution with ACC. We not also they do anything confrontational to the work of ACC. However, we try for put the record straight. Mm-hmm. The very reports we come out, the interpretation where people carry, we use self-lawyer as media person, carry the notion like now people then they be they investigate specific from the university own side. Whether one day not to happen. Waiting happen, the university institute investigation for look at the elements the way they talk about without targeting or identifying individuals in the first place. So when the reports come on now, people jump say they don't exonerate them. So it comes as a question, how? What will we do as management? Then say this not the work, set a team for look into them. So even when the report come out internally, nobody in name no can up as individual. Now the offices, the positions then, now then issues they been there around. So they not be set like I say.
The report doc must mention these individuals who manage the institutions.
No, that one be another level. Where it say preliminary, now they force at the camp. You understand? They not be say Lamana ABC. Several concerns they been there. Make us start with one common one first. Records. You been there where they talk about dominion degree. University been go into such investigation by way of collecting everybody information. As of that time to date, we not able to get reports. But other people they don't suffer. For example, say then they suffer as a result of their credentials then we then present. But the university be they wait hold some reports, but everybody will go. That kind of thing they not happen. Records then people then they get challenged say they don't die. But then still they pay them. We get situations say every month and they call say can with you reports now. We didn't get concern about procurement practice within the university. We are in the university, people then they die, they not get what you call ex gratia. Because always finance office they say money no dey. Then it come out clear say university buy motorcar we now $126,000. But again motorcar be still there for that office and the motorcar still there when they run. But then other people then they work then they die money or they for pay ex gratia. Other concern they also can equally but how procurement they go, what they happen at the business center, and then how then they manage research overhead, the grants where they come. So then put an investigation committee for generally look at the issues then profile recommendation. We commend ACC because part of what they be done they do even before we case, then they do systems and processes, then they advise, waiting they happen. So when ACC yearly we they talk about this matter at 98.1, a lady, sorry, where they're using in Emiana as Kuyate, sorry, Kuyate, he call, he say commissioner wants that document when they talk about. You understand? Upon that request, I refer to the CEO of the university, when are the vice chancellor and principal. The request go there. Now me and the vice chancellor and principal can go that document they go liam. You understand? Since then they get interrogation or engagement around them. But now the reports come where we receive now on the 8th. after the report come, certain things that come up now say, people they say they don't exonerate we. You don't understand what I mean?
So then they against that.
That one, they don't exonerate we. Second, something come now about punitive action against people there. Wherein will not be done take any punitive action in respect of that investigation.
Dr. Larry, he say USL will implement corrective recommendations from all 5 internal reports, while respectfully disagreeing with the ACC where it oversteps its mandates or misstates facts. Isn't the SEC the most competent institution for investigating irregularities and administrative issues or alleged corruption? Not so then get that competence there.
That part where you call, not to so, like corruption, he end with her. He say then they investigate corruption. Not to so.
But I look at the system reviews.
Now let me take one by one.
Processes.
Mr. Blake said then they investigate corruption as criminal acts, and when they get somebody, themselves therefore take that person in a court of law. Not so. Administrative issues then they look at them. But what thing like naturally do, like we say, then they advise for review in terms of system and processes. You understand? But then no they can pass judgment if at all you get irregularities about administrating thing there will warrant action. For example, inside this matter who they talk, something can clear about audit reports. Wherein the ACC then talk say they not get problem that we don't address that audit matter there as far as the investigation concerned. This now something will happen according to you understand the investigation it before be 2021 to 2023. So they say that we don't address that matter there, and we now get here. I think say later you will read this letter in the program from Audit Service Leone. Okay, the dates they.
The 11th October 2024.
Exactly. What's in the letter heading they say?
Withholding of salary and allowances of Professor R. Leby for non-submission of financial statement for the years ended 31st December 2022 and 2023.
Fine. This period is under the period under investigation. Wherein ACC say that particular aspect they be don't address. But now na punitive letter you they see they come up from audit service to Accountant General for we told somebody salary will not be in our office. But just because na in there the seats at the moment therefore stop for PM. This simply implies so you say the issue where ACC say that they don't put to rest somebody they suffer where in order to rest. We warrant investigation.
But the SEC in the letter recognize some of the administrative issues.
So implied we say
but we not totally reject.
No, not to totally reject.
No, Doc. I can read again.
Read again.
What in una say? Again, I read this note panel. It say where is the section? It say no, okay. This is not the ACC report. La read una your letter. Una reply to the ACC. The side where I read just or waiting una clearly say. So the USL will implement corrective recommendations from all internal reports. Now, una your internal reports. Where una do USL internal reports from all 5 internal reports, while respectfully disagreeing with the ACC where it oversteps its mandates or misstates facts.
Prior to that conclusion, each of the elements there will surmount a conclusion. If you read the same position paper, if they agree team by team that this one we agree and this one we don't even begin implement from the ACC. You understand? So read the document perhaps line by line.
Yes, but the conclusion.
That is it.
And in the conclusion, they ask the ACC, the commissioner, for instruct the director of crime for issue an apology and retract the whole report. It means you are not accepting
the facts they were not correct. For example,
no, not specify that.
No, it there in the document as you go step by step. You understand?
The report. It doesn't say specifics of the report.
That's still I tell you now. Say read the document before you reach that sentence there. Several issues there. You understand? We start, for example, if we want to go back, one by one. But who side now they talk about retracts that particular side? Now who side people the way we give assignment for investigate? The way they don't they portray them, you understand, like the media, and comments them where the wrong panel, their own personality. It's not correct. It just sound like if they be taking a you station, they say go serve na that committee day. Then at the end of the day, you dey get bash now for wetin you go do. You get the point clear, eh? And I tell you, say the report wey we do as of then to now, they not be come out with anybody particular say this thing about you. Then now somebody or people they take and say they don't exonerate we. You don't get the point
So
clear.
why formally Doc Una no engage the ACC? Because this is a letter addressed to Una. Why Una no engage them? Say we get concerns about them findings there, and that this we will Una do moving forward. Because I'm sure it was a formal
interestingly, the letter now, in fact, normally ACC when they don't do that here, then they pull press release. So this one can as direct correspondent to the vice chancellor. You understand? But then later now, the vice chancellor not even digest. The one that they copy in the letter, they come up the social media, newspaper, and radio stations. They say they don't exonerate we, they don't free we. You don't understand?
Una still think they get answers there? Una still think they get things for answer too?
Will they come to that as you go to the program specifically? You understand? That's how you ask why we don't engage ACC. The thing done now all over social media, newspapers, radio stations. You get the point, eh? We constrain one because the same matter where they inside these reports, the issues then, it don't also go na court of law. So if you attempt for talk about something where they before court of law, lawyers or the court can say na prejudice.
But not other individuals that always go court or we mention in the report the kind of media and talk.
No, and they come
individually.
And they come. When you look social media, comments then they things then they where they show say these same people that way can go matter in a court, these same people then they comment. I just say tell you now. You got the point clear, eh? So with that, university management be constrained first of all for comment on this publicly because the matter in a court. Secondly, university management be sit down for reflect and see what thing for happen. But we don't be saying now all day for reports or respond. Foreign broadcast comment, even waiting at the media in name Liberty. Then broadcast if you want, you go there. They say, well, this thing be happen, university be there all side they talk. Now that they don't free the people there, university seem for keep silent. So if that one day they come back and forth, you obligation now for talk. So now that we make a position statement. That notwithstanding, we they also prepare a reply to this letter from the ACC as an institution. And again, I make I tell you, say we not get any bad blood with ACC. It just we just argue on something will come out from there, how people interpret her, and how we be intend.
But
you understand?
Retraction.
So put the record straight. That we report to Bikego, we not know A, B, C, D. We can't go for look at we system.
So it's not a correction on the request for it's a retraction.
Well, this is the English language. You got the point there. There you are. So I feel say retraction, pull and do. Insertion puts the correct one day.
James Tambalebi, you know, there was a time where this whole thing happened. You were in the picture of this. You know, at some point, media them host you were discussing this issue. You know, what's in this mean? The ACC don't do the reports, they don't send them to the letter to the university. University don't reject, say no, we think say una need for retract this report because things then they way una misstep, una misstate and do correction. What's in you think about this?
Yeah, thank you, Ramona. I'll preface my response with a disclaimer that first of all, they are in my private capacity. I'm a journalist and a media activist, and in no way representing the university. And this is a matter of public interest, and that in the context of a media law concept, we then call privilege, any report where a public body publish, the media, they are at liberty for comment on them. So, and media for enrich this discussion, for provide context and also background to all of this. Am I surprised that the ministry and then proxy, the University of Sierra Leone Secretariat, then reject this report? No, there's a pattern. And there's a pattern because since the minister dissolved the university court, it consistently been a defending position. In wrong, anytime you do wrongdoing, it reject, it defend them. So that it defend this one, and it's not surprising, consistently. For my position, where I investigate, people were targeted, and people were victimized and are continue to be victimized.
Yeah, you are one of them people, Andy?
No, me no. They not target me per se. Me, now academic staff.
Mm-hmm.
Then give me a standalone contract with a 2-year contract, and then 13 months down the line, then terminate them. So that's another discussion.
But was it because you were defending this? You had a position then that it was wrong for dissolve the university court?
Exactly, because the university court gave me mandate for articulate them position then. So in the process, apparently for me interpretation, then be one for shut me down.
And you were victimized?
Yes, I was victimized. But that's not what I'm here for. I want to provide context to all of this.
No, but if I don't make it clear, say perhaps you're talking from that position as well.
Well,
that you were victimized.
I was victimized. I was victimized because the contract terminated unilaterally and they don't state why. They don't even consult me and they don't tell me why. And that's it. That's it. So, yeah, in that context, I was victimized. But I hold no grudge. I want to make it very clear. I was even relieved that they relieved me because I don't see myself working with those people.
But you think, say, you've been vindicated with them position and the way you will with the ACC report?
Of course, I feel vindicated. I still insist, then go after people. Then go after people. If I look at the antecedents, if we look at the antecedent to the dissolution of the university court, you go understand why many of them things they happen. The minister abused in office and dissolve the court and go after people and way he feels say they're not been doing bidding before he be minister. Before he come to that office, already bad blood exists between in and commerce and in and the university secretariat. So if we look at some of them things then you go understand why he behaves so. So I categorize them into 3.
Okay.
One administrative. Na be HOD, na commerce, and na been caretaker dean for the faculty of nursing. After some time, he lost the deanship. He had been dean because, and even though not to be practicing nurse, and not supposed to hold that position there. So when the faculty get the capacity, then replace them and not go down well with them. And there were rumors within the university.
This is your own perspective.
Yes,
okay.
this is an investigation. That's not one. The whole Professor Samai responsible for that. 2, he applied for be a professor on 2 occasions in strength na biochemist. He applied for be a professor in public health. Then 2 times then I said no, you cannot be a professor in public health where you na biochemist. Go do a master's in public health and not do them. So and there was rumor around saying that Professor Samai is stifled in academic progress, in career progression. So it apparently get a grudge there. A council project, it administer project under the University of Sierra Leone Commerce. On 1, 2, 3 occasions, it tried for withdraw funding without the appropriate documentation, and the finance office not allow them. And because of that, it reached a point, one particular project there, it convinced the funders and the partners then say capacity not in the university for implement the project. So they care and go to a private firm where in the work for, then a conflict of interest. Then ironically, the same people who they work for that project, they go with them now in private firm. So they work for commerce, and they work with an in private firm administering that project. It can't turn out say it's still in at the university, but tell the funders then say it don't resign. When that comes to the knowledge of the university, he hastily tender in resignation. So the point is, he tender in resignation as full-time staff before they appoint as minister. So when you go, he become minister, a right for letting me come back, a full-time staff.
As minister, and a full-time staff? Or
they give leave of absence. So then tell and say, no, go apply back. Now the process done. Do you understand? Now, immediately, then this now happen. They're not reinstate them. They're not getting the status we want. We remove them people and they illegally dissolve the courts. They remove them people and they win a stumbling block to all of these things what they explain so. They reinstate and then get that status. They handpicked in proxy the way put. The people that we handpicked for around the secretariat. They are reinstate and they not only reinstate them, then backdates the letter to the time where them people that we don't victimize been in our office.
These are serious allegations, Mr. Levy. But why all the issues not come up? SCC will be the
investigate them.
Yeah, but why the issues are not come up during then term then day? You know, say this is what is happening. This is not the reason why this they happen. It's only coming out now.
It's only coming out now because now the evidence they are available for every claim at the make now. I get evidence for me.
But the SEC in the investigation have said they don't find any issue of corruption. They don't.
No, the SEC they refer to the people already victimized. This specific claim what they make now on the minister. There's a letter to the effect.
No, but it connects to the University of Salone.
No, there are two sets of people. I really understand. The previous one, they on leave now, indefinitely. Then send them on leave, and I get a letter now. Even though they say they not go against people, and the registrar in leave been do expire, but the court will employ them. The university court is the highest decision administrative making body. Then give a letter say continue in office until we review contract. The minister dissolved the court, then he sent the registrar and the finance director on indefinite leave pending investigation. In the absence of them people, he handpick other people, and then can give that letter of appointment we been done they ask for under the previous people, and then backdate them to the time when them people are don't victimize been in our office. So we look at their antecedents. There is a pattern. We scan our office now. He decides say, I will use my office and go after them people.
But the University of Sierra Leone is independent. Right? Should be an independent
institution.
How can a minister get that kind of power there and control?
This is the irony. Basically, the Ministry of Education, Higher Education, in active connivance with the Tertiary Education Commission, basically set aside that act, then defecate on her, and the government turn a blind eye. You know, and in all it's happening. In the absence of constituting a court, the minister go ahead, he appoint a chancellor, he go ahead, he install the chancellor, court not do. You understand? Contrary to Universities Act. Essentially, that University Act, it don't render invalid, it's not operational.
So,
and this is
the university, the university in the response, they say no. They say the registrar and the finance person, where all them contracts be already done.
I get a letter now.
And they were to go on leave. It's not like they victimize them. Not like they targeted.
Let me agree without conceding that say the agreement don't expire. Not so the ministry employ them. The employers, now the university court. So what he do now for set aside that university court force before he send them. In fact, the same day where he dissolved the court, now the same day he send them on leave. And now the court employ them people in the, not so the ministry employ them. And in fact, before that, the whole crisis, the courts don't give letter to them people and they say,
Mr. the contract expire. The USL the response to this. It's a preliminary observation. The Registrar and Finance Director were sent on leave due to contract expiry, not punitive action. The ACC reporting correctly suggests or leaves room for interference that the former registrar, Mrs. Olive K. Barry, and finance director, Mrs. Waltina McKay, were victimized or subjected to unfair administrative action. Factual correction. The former registrar and finance director were sent on leave in January 2024 by the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education because their 5-year contract had expired. At the time, at the time, the USL court had been dissolved by the ministry, leaving no governing body to renew or terminate their appointment. The ministry acted to ensure administrative continuity, not as a punitive measure arising from any investigation by the current USL administration. Neither individual was accused of corruption, nor were they dismissed, by the that.
So that letter we read the dates now when?
This not the reaction, not the
court date today.
The 20th May 2026.
Fine. On the 5th of December 2023, the university court had read a letter. Yeah. Olive K. Barry, University Registrar, University of Sierra Leone. Dear Mrs. Barry, extension of contract as University Registrar, University of Sierra Leone. And this one are the Vice Chancellor. Now I say, I write to inform you that court at its meeting of the 4th December 2023 approved that your contract as registrar of the University of Sierra Leone, which is due to expire on the 31st of 2023, be extended pending the outcome of the review of a subcommittee set up to assess your contract and make recommendation to court accordingly. So before all this they happen, courts don't tell and say, we recognize when a contract the end, una continue for act until they review una contract.
But this court has been dissolved.
No, before the court dissolved, now they do this.
Now they say, but later the minister dissolved the court. You agree to that?
Yeah, because
and so there was no the system way being asked them for continue, not they again.
Yes, so this is deliberate. The people will appoint them, then dissolve them because they won't go for them people and they. So look at the antecedents.
But it's also saying that we are not accused of corruption in any way. They were
told that the other letter where I get here, I say, una go on leave pending investigation.
That now the administrative investigation of the committees, the reports them will come out, the 5 reports, right, Dr. Musa? That were the investigation, but they not specifically accuse them of corruption or refer them to the ACC, say them people they are involved in corruption. We basically possibly align with what in the ACC say there is no one where them found wanting of corruption.
They're not found wanting, but today then people and then are us. Today then they on admin indefinitely, and here is the thing: they continue to punish them. Then they receive an equivalent of $100 per month. Even though in the letter they say now 50% of their salary them for receive from $45,000, 50%, now $100 then they give them. Whilst those who then can't handpick for replace them, then they pay themselves to the region of $5,000 every month. Right now, this is punishment.
Dr. Musa, were you actually trying to the university
victimizing
try
people
for punish the individuals there? In a way, say, okay, there is no university court, but una continue for doing a service. The order ever they come go review, and the SEC report clearly they say the minister had no right actually for dissolve the university court.
When they want deal with them, then dissolve the court first.
Yes, you the talk. Yes.
All right, there are splits. That aspect where they deal with the courts, the action of the minister. Not they take a brief for that.
Yeah, but you know, response. Una specify that.
Yeah, the aspect will specify the can. Let me say a mixed split.
Okay.
That aspect where they deal with the minister, the action of the ministry, the ministry can take brief. That aspect where they deal with the management of the university, now that side at the camp. Musa, you talk so now clarification we make that we investigation committee, it reports not ever take punitive action against the former registrar and the former finance director. You don't read them clearly. Say even the time when they institute this investigation, they already they on leave. So meaning the report of this investigation not to insend them on leave. I hope you don't get that part clear.
That's now your position.
That's one. Secondly, we want to make it clear again. Say then 2 people then their contracts now 5 years, and that contract they be done. When the contract's done, the rights then say let them proceed on leave. Like when you read and say, whilst then they wait for investigation. This investigation not actually come at that stage for say they don't can indict this person or they don't suspect this person. No. The investigation be very open on administrative, finance as well as procurement activities. Wait before suggest any other person. You don't get the point clear.
Yeah.
When we also forward that to ACC, we don't name any individual for any action particularly or specific. We only make them waiting we don't do and go to the other step. The other step, first of all, let we get and say we been get IVCOM. That are the one where Professor Malam O lead. After when they don't do that investigation, the report come back now university courts. University court decide for create 4 subcommittees then for do in-depth engagement because Professor Malam only report say some people then they not able access them, some records then they not be made available. Because of that, they set another committees then now we go dig into specific things then, and then they use Malam O report as baseline. Then they go dig into their matter then they and come up. So throughout that period, they don't know anybody, excuse me, Mr. Blake, as a name say Mr. Blake is responsible for this. Mr. Blake is suspected for this. No. They talk say for example, the business center, you know they play a role as supposed to be in terms of accountability. You know they provide reports there. You know they provide records there. You know they provide dealings there as of that time. Now we get some clear again from the ACC, maybe they talk say certain things then they object. Oh no, ACC report tell we say, he said the way they create the legal framework of the business center, e not just get for use the university office directly for let you hold them accountable.
It's an independent,
you understand,
private.
Yes, so with that they tell we say una review that arrangement if una want for hold them accountable. But again we come back like we, you know, my brother they talk about antecedent. Let me look at the antecedent. Now Lamana they in charge of this place. Now Lamana decide again for create an entity. Then Lamana create legal framework we go make e no go able for handle certain things. Now it be simple say they be for make as department or units from the advisory ACC give we, but they create as company. You understand? By guarantee, limited by guarantee. So in that case, you not for follow company law, way different from the university act generally. Who that creator? Now the people that will be there in office, but it come out again for
me. Consider as a way for be corrupt.
Exactly. For escape accountability. That is not still it. So why should they talk with ACC? It not still it. The people that will make the board of the company. Now the office is
the business center was profitable.
No, I'm not going back to nurses first. And it's on top of processes and procedure. You don't get the point clear. Now we left first the result. Now we look at the calculation. You understand? He said if we want for check the business book as administration, except the one that were there in the offices as board members, then go take the cap as board. And in this case now, then go able to ask for audit the business center. Where in the university see not let it for do so. Now that make we be say we object everything where ACC say no. Yeah, now that make I tell you say several things that we then talk where we accept the work done.
So I want clarify. You say we not talk for the ministry, but in a factual correction on the Register and Finance Director, when I say at the time, when I say the ministry acted to ensure administrative continuity, not as a punitive measure arising from any investigation by the current USL administration, and why would I not allow the ministry for respond to what's in the ACC say? You're defending. You're talking about
we know they defend. We know they defend. That side we make clarification to we all reports where ACC sent to we. You don't understand? Then people have been done already. You know. Go first on leave before the investigation starts.
But the SEC were competent for investigation. Say the minister acted.
so that side, if you don't that particular aspect, I think say if you don't go to court of law, that action day, and then again, if ACC want further information about that, they can engage the minister, and then if Truth Media want forget detail about that, it can talk to the ministry specifically. Because we want make and clear say not so we report, not that we punitive measure to their offices and the way they be whole. You understand? Because we not be don't do any investigation.
The ministry acted to ensure administrative continuity, not as a punitive measure, asking arising from any investigation.
Exactly.
You are defending the ministry.
Exactly. As of that time. Okay. You understand? We not be don't do any investigation. We'll report for sure say now this not the punishment they give for left office. No.
Mr. Blake, una they retract this as requested by the USL administration. Una they retract this report.
Thank you so much. I hope I'll get that because a lot of pieces have been stated.
Yes, you can.
No, never. We're not a retract. Right. Because I mean we competence there above retracting. We know they do a mat work. We know they work based on anybody in perception. We are a professional institution, 26 years. If you don't follow the way we communicate to the public, even if I to talk on our radio, we hardly retract them. Let alone what we see them and write. And the good thing where dog they talk, me koto from Alma Mater, Government Secondary School, Kenem, and that this is not the administrative letter to the university. Not one of those letters where we pull out. Lama I go be a witness say when the SEC they do communication to the public, now press us what they do. Or public notice. So we send them to them, then reserve every right for reply, but then that not get for change we post up. No apologies coming from nowhere.
Una engage the administration? Una send this letter?
We engage them severally. Even at the conclusion of the investigation, the commissioner painstakingly sit down with the team, discuss with them, because the outcome of the investigation may don't show we clearly see we for help make the university better. From all the revelations here, and we don't approve at the media, me personally, as one person we proud of Sierra Leone education system, I know more I get. No, we all clearly know say issues then they for be addressed. And the ACC, not because we want for solve problem no more, get the mandate as informed by section 718 for do your own bit. And
was this an investigation that don't look at processes and procedures and nothing? Dr. Musa, they talk about how people then get the feeling and thought, say people and set up a certain the business center a certain way, you know. Now then they do procurements, they make them the University of Salona get direct control over them. Were you looking at anything we get for do with corruption?
We look at everything we get for do with corruption, and it come to the conclusion, say, you know, when it comes to the law and the mandate of public entities like the Anti-Corruption Commission, imaginations, feelings can be disregarded. We say something about amended. So when they watch some cases, they just feel say at the end of this matter, we they charge all man to court. And the conclusion is not like until you get the evidence. Whether you feeling so strong about that thing, if the evidence not there. So we don't go criminal liability because the evidence not there. You see, all the lacunas here where we pick out, and don't state a lot, Mr. Leby said don't state some, where if you watch inside we report, many of them captured. One state clearly, not to make anybody feel bad, not for spoil anybody, not for swear anybody.
Dr. Musa said the reports sound, the letter sound like people have been vindicated.
If it is equals to saying this person not do corruption like the 6.5 million against the finance director, which name you want give? The money was not misappropriated. If the finance director now say that, see that as a vindication, fine. We as professionals say the money was not misappropriated. And in the press release or the communication from the University of Sierra Leone, they agreed with that. In fact, I tell you, 6 things out of the 6 where we say, we all agreed. For me, I even wonder if this agreement deal at all. Research management. The university agreed with the findings, say, standalone policy in order on management of research grant. And now they say we the pressing commerce. No! The language we report to the university is simple. Now, in fact, donors they help commerce forget what looks like a policy on management of grant. Now, donors them. Not to, whether I don't be one, but I will donor support. It is that in plain English. So that is not like saying commerce better pass I palm or Phobe college. But commerce get up. You don't call her other name. We have to be very, very, very unsentimental. And what's at the risk? 17 grants where we investigation address. 16 grants, okay, we give the credit to the university. But 1 grant, because policy no day on management of grant. And we concern at the overhead cost where they go to the university. Between 5% to 25%. That's a lot of small money depending on the portfolio where each grant they get for research. The university show me evidence of some of the money they don't use for like 800 seats amphitheater where they under construction. This is infrastructural development. We give them all that credit, say, then show me evidence, say, then they do rehabilitation there, refurbishment there, with overhead grant on research. But then now, 1 grant don't go. We say that overhead grant they go. We not say at this stage, this not crime. No, but we remind the university say this now una project, enough for go, una put policy in place. They agreed with that. Technically,
but why? In clearly, una say, however, concerns. Like quickly, let's just say this. Concerns you identify. I think this is in line with within Dr. Mr. Leby bin they say. They said one research project was transferred to a private firm by a principal investigator following appointments to ministerial office. This left concerns about the overhead component due to the university and procedures that ought to be in place for such action. Are you sugarcoating this? Why is it not corruption?
It's not sugarcoating. No, I don't think it's not all irregularity. They equal to corruption. If you want for call and corruption,
if somebody transfer a private grant where university for handle, right? To a private farm, and this person is principal investigator of farm. Is that not abuse of office? Is that not warrants corruption?
You know the elements where you get for or put criminal liability. The mainstream I get for Didi. So anytime in investigation we see a lacuna in procedure. You see, Dr. Musa talk one thing just now. Sometimes people they let them loopholes sometimes for make them user escape. Now make even a school or grumpy the digo, they don't make them escape put them. We don't. If you get for example, at the time this with financial delay in financial report, then go bring the SAGE software. The whole finance office not get capacity. This is our investigation find out. Not get capacity for be up and running with that software. And then if delay there in financial accountability reconciliatory document, you charge or for them and that finance office say we not report on time. Then they not enough before any judge. The judges are not social media people, now Lord and the fella. And say no, this software then just bring that we not sabi user. Who got the responsibility they own for ensure then give the staff the tool for work? Now the employer. So now we tell the university, even in this grant management, in this one grant, we don't
Blake, the points the example really different from what let me read again. It said one research project was transferred to a private farm by a principal investigator following an appointment to ministerial office. Is it right for a person transfer that in the research grants to a private company? Is it allowed for in an investigation? Is it allowed for?
That is why it became a concern, because we did not find any policy. Not only they run the university. The university not the only policy where they forestall things then like this. And that make administration good. Then for them sit down forward thinking and calculate say people with grants and they come here. Let me see that's a red flag. It is a very serious red flag. Yes, it is a very serious red flag. Now I know we name man as a day and we report to them for letting the work on her. That in any way not they foreclose if the grant money we uncover say somebody mismanager. No. This is like when you uncover a route where there will be a vulnerability and telling them to work on it. And I don't tell you, 6 out of 6 recommendations in the press release what I don't read yesterday, they agree with all of this what they say. I don't know why they will apologize. Yeah, but again, this is not the only file. This is not the only file about the University of Education.
Okay, yes, I think it's my turn.
Okay, I can tell you, Mr. I can tell you, Doc. Yes,
so in fact, now 2 grants they out of the university, and I will explain. One before Dr. Hajar Ramatullah be minister, he transferred him to a private firm before he be minister, and on the basis of that he resigned as full-time staff. Another one where don't be minister, so he don't handpick people and then don't reinstate them. He used the university back for get another grant. In fact, interestingly, this grant not be a subject of investigation. They exclude them. And as part of that grant the person will lead this investigation now a co-PI of
the person.
Malam O is a co-PI of this grant. Now lead the same investigation. So in fact, he's conflicted.
Mr. Labi, you ready for with investigation?
Absolutely. I got document for everything. Everything they are sat now. Malamo is a co-PI of this grant. Then he go lead investigation against where the minister call him. He on the employee or partnership with the minister. Then in fact nominee na Tertiary Education Commission, he go ahead, he not declare interest, he go ahead for investigate on the appointment of the minister.
Okay, yes, let's conclude. So you could just wrap up and respond. Yes.
You understand? So there are 2. One before he resign, and I lead to a resignation from the University of Sierra Leone, and another way don't be minister.
You say I need transfer the one way
transfer to a private farm. It transfer to a private farm before he be minister. another one after I don't be minister. And this one, in fact, not even come into the investigation. They exclude them. Now, we don't be minister, so he used the university, he gets grants under the University of Sierra Leone because they don't...
For a private farm?
It can't go in private farm. As I talk so, the project did it. I get evidence to the effect. Let me come.
Yes.
They come to that 6.5 billion. This now money will be not take in 2018 before the wire Kana office, the one they were in a victimized so. There then come 2019. When they go and the investigation now between 2018 and 2021. When they don't look till they not find nothing, then go beyond before them people in Kana office, then go look at this money. And you know when they say investigation, at the moment them put say there is corruption, financial corruption, and they become sensational. Then go out of their remit, out of the term of office of them people before they can office, then go take that money and can plug her into the reports just for smear people their names there. This is victimization done by somebody who is conflicted.
Okay.
But also, let me come to this other point. As I speak to you, the University Secretariat is an extension of the Ministry of Education. That make them
to the aspect of Usai Mr. Blake say, we say they praise commerce. Okay? Now we agree with the advice we then give. We concern was for say somebody don't use overhead or research grants, you understand, for do A, B, C, D as far as we concern. One, you forget the authority from the vice chancellor, when are the vote controller, the document for day. So we they expect say that before demand the information then they, including even how they use the money for do procurement procedures then, for all the undertakings then they, where for they in line with institutional practice. Now we all concerned in that, not to say the money they don't use them, but how they use them, which authority.
That then said the person transfer these grants to a private.
No, this farm? Not to who say I been they talk, you understand? Now the side where Mr. Blake talk about praising commerce.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I don't highlight we concern yanda simply means authority for let you do what you don't do. Because if I come out from institutional procedure, the highest person will forgive that decision they for let you do that kind of thing, then they are the vice chancellor. And then decision then they forget file when they document all the actions then they. So we concern is.
But there was a time where the university court was dissolved, right? Una agreed to that and una accepted the university, the ministry didn't get for intervene for send Madam Barry and the other person on leave because then they provide leadership and there should be no vacuum. What if them process and don't happen during that time day?
No. This particular money that we talk about, even the grant or the research overhead, now from 2022, 2023, you don't understand? Way before Madam Barry, then they go on leave. But administratively, Mr. Blake will agree with me, you got for document activities then. So one, the authority where you get for using grants that overhead then they it will be documented. Two, the procedure where you use them in terms of procurement, purchase, services and the like, it will be documented. The situation now where the inside we report what we saying is that poor documentation, no records on most activities. So we hope ACC go down get detailed forensic explanation.
So about the ACC investigates
that kind of thing and then, for example, you understand? What lay, not to just can say.
So I will ask you the question.
Yes, you go run time
about somebody.
Exactly.
So what about the area? What about the area of the minister not having the power for dissolve university court, that is one, and also accusing her of transferring a research grant to a private company. We want to investigate that as well.
Where the minister, you understand, ACCU, anybody engage am, he go explain and rationalize. We as university, we want transparency, we want accountability, we want to do good governance. You understand? Oh, Mr. Levy, waiting and not go say. Well, correct.
No, but as much as
I been say, you understand? Say all this no. This not some principles. Interestingly, me brother will sit down and I will not get middle term. Either the best or nothing. So I not get middle term. Trust me.
So as much as
if accountability, not gonna have accountability. You not gonna have transparency.
So the minister
I just even highlight say what he say there are amphitheater, there are this, there are that. I also go to, I say, procedurally, authorization for day, where they justify utilization by process. So if at all ACC bin get the evidence of their authorization from the office of the vice chancellor, there is no record there showing authorization to some of them here. Now that thing and then we call irregularities.
So una want the ACC for do full-fledged investigation including the minister?
And then mandates, including anybody. Even if me said they need for investigate me, let them investigate me.
But Beck said they stand by waiting them produce, and there is nothing to retract or apologize, or they believe say they get the capacity, they get the competence for do their work, and they've done it. So now they accept the findings and implement the recommendations.
We self not get anything for go force ACC. You understand? For do waiting we they say let them do. We only communicate. But one thing we ought to agree on. This now be correspondence, not to be press release. But the way people they take the correspondence to public and circulate and create the picture.
But don't respond to them.
You understand?
ACC.
No, and they can. Then be the bank on ACC don't exonerate we. You know where the point clear?
But una see more concern about them people.
We complain to ACC was systemic institutional problem than individuals. You understand? And when they review, they expect a systemic institutional analysis and remedies. But at the end of the day, now people that jump with the report, now social media, they don't vindicate as if we be right to ACC say, investigate Mr. Lamaranaba, investigate Sonia Musa. That was not the case. If it is so, then missing points.
But Doc, you agree say these were individuals who work for the university. Their names then come up and report them, and possibly they must look at their own the damage where this they cost to them, and then get right for come out and defend themselves.
You may perhaps wish for read with reports.
No, I understand. I'm
Nobody
saying no, but Doc, what they say?
Now offices then they did.
No, but what they say? These offices are run by people.
Exactly. So that is the point now. Where the layer of investigation before go to the point now of engaging people. But that one when we say at that time, I just say you say me and you go be interested for get University of Sierra Leone Dominion report analysis. Mr. Robbie Westidora, me and him, then therefore put we under pressure for submit all the credentials there at a time. From when we submit and 30 they look and sit down, look me sit down, where the report we get. You understand? But then we know of certain people that will suffer because of that Dominion credentials. And we be for one let it not be selective. And how we be for able for determine them. Then we they talk about people then where now they work again, but they name them then a payroll. We they talk about promotion there where people then supposed forget. We they talk about terminations where people. So we they talk about fairness and equity. When are the watchword of transparency? So when they see are all missing, you understand, and it come up as concern for review the institution. When Mr. Blake talk say now education as alone he get, I just take them back to the other level say. Me, where I sit down here, I not get paper no side. All the paper then I'm in life, now University of Sierra Leone. I get interest in that university today, tomorrow, forever. Because I not get any side for go. So when it comes to integrity and credibility, you understand, I will talk openly. If I be there sometime, or even where they so, I don't buy you why they talk and so now. They say now that what they pan they defend. Now make we ask say if anybody they for defend whether sacred cow. To me, no sacred cow. As long as you want to investigate.
So the what thing I want to ask Doc quickly now that there is it mentioned that them people are they leave, right?
Yes.
And there is a university court now, right?
Exactly.
There is an administration where they run the University of Salone. What's in the status? What are them people where they on leave the status?
Okay, now the first step was when court meets, they be discuss them people here. Then they decide say let them review the stewardship and then inform courts about the stewardship review. It can now join with this investigation report will come, and then at the same time they be done also after whether baseline investigation report come, because the review being actually for inform whether it worthy for continue because of the so many breach The breach, not to corruption, no, na breach in administrative procedures then. Well listed in there, we document them. Court being deemed necessary for declare the office is vacant and advertise because it is subject to review. And what we do, now make we even list the breaches then. When you self can watch them, it did about 17. So meaning the review, they always look at you performance as against you deliverables then. So based on them breaches, then they court been convinced say then go declare the office is vacant, then they declare, then they advertise, then they recruit. But that's not make them people then they, you understand, terminated because they are still staff of the university.
But then they'll leave for how long could they?
Well, the first step was that we don't do that. The second step, they be now therefore institute disciplinary committee when a part of internal procedure for look into the matter. Now this time now, not to institutional matter, now office matter as against the name there for can actually answer questions.
So does it justify that you are going after individuals now?
No. This stage now where they tell you about now discipline committee. When you they appear before discipline committee now, you they can ask individual. But the report of the discipline committee, courts not get it for discuss or approve.
But so this has been long. Is it not over 1 year?
So that coming.
No, they come.
No, but the point is, Doc, you put but Doc, I just want
around when it asks for time.
If you have somebody on leave.
Around on the time when you ask. Okay. Why is this day on? This matter already in a court of law. The university management being there forget instruction for let and stop that process day. You get the point clear, let it not prejudice the court outcome.
Okay.
So because of that, university management we don't put on hold as about the outcome of the discipline committee.
No, not get the report of the disciplinary, the investigation.
That's what I'm saying. It available, but they're not able for deal with them because court say let them put on hold. Let it not prejudice court outcome.
Okay.
So we talk about two courts here. You get the university courts
and the
legal courts.
Yeah.
I still insist them go after people them, and I explain again the antecedents. They almost don't decide and they want sack them people them, dismiss them out of the job. 9, the legal courts send an injunction to stay action until the outcome. Yeah, these are people where, as I say again, they're based on a report that is headed by somebody we clearly conflicted, and on the basis of the report of that investigation, then go ahead for take action for dismiss them people and they. For 2 years now, these people in Sedona house, then they pay them $100. The others then they pay them.
But then go court, right? Now the people then go court.
So there are two matters.
Yeah.
There are two matters. In fact, even ACC, there are two matters. The one, this current administration then reports we Malam Odu, we ACC don't exonerate and not find them wanting. And another one, where the aggrieved party then also take to the ACC. That one is pending. Now on the court matter, now the aggrieved people and go court.
Yeah.
The investigation, the matter they on.
So it is but fit for the administrator, the USL for say, okay, put a hold on this.
Now because now force them.
Yeah, but that is what I'm saying. So it's not so on their own making that then people are still there. Then they now host, then they on leave.
No, in fact, now dismiss them. They actually them one do now for dismiss them. Now courts give the injunction, so you cannot put a hold to this matter.
Yeah.
From dismissing
So we should not blame the USL administration for the long leave with and long dinner because courts then go court and there is an injunction.
This happened recently. This now 2026 we talk about so now.
Okay.
What would it? These people were sent on leave in March 2024 for 2 years. Then they are host, then subject them to punishment. You understand? It's deliberate.
What's in the reputational damage?
Huge.
You now one person
it's very huge.
You say you were victimized.
These are family people. These are people who don't work for the university throughout their life. These are people who they respect in society, then subject them to ridicule. They were all over the place making those allegations against those people. Now that the reports don't come out, they don't want to let people and talk about it. And the report exonerates them. If you talk about in semantics, these offices were manned by people, and those people were named and shamed. Now that the ACC report don't come out and don't exonerate them people and then they say no, not so the people in now offices. Who occupy those offices? If you damage the reputation of others, then the report come out on our own report. by a conflicted person, conflict of interest, then can exonerate them. The people then for go to town with the reports and for tell people and say, and they are not here. That is why, in fact, one reason why I say I have to speak on this report because it constitutes privilege. Yeah. If they're not all over the place and smear the images of people, and this report
you
don't come
believe
out,
say the images of people were smeared?
Absolutely. Also, that same latitude of oxygen of publicity we then give to the allegation, we forget until the outcome of the report where CC don't exonerate.
Mr. Blake, una they investigate and you say they are open. The USL is very open. Some of una finding the same. Doc was saying them for lead una to investigation of corruption. Una never just say no. There is not just administrative issues. Una open up to working with the University of Salone for investigates corruption in some of the findings them una get.
Why not to open up and even then close up? We will investigate. If
So there is another layer to this?
If even, of course, there's always another
second report.
I am aware that not to only this matter will concern the university, the ACC been the investigate. The other one, of course, like you know, when we conclude them, then we will come to the public.
So now get another investigation. What's in another investigate?
Of course, the same university, because this one, like Dr. Musa say, we get them from them. But then we don't get other concerns from other sources. And I not tell you that are them people because they
What the universities are aware that when they investigate them?
The persons of interest are aware. The one them who we go for interview or interview, they are aware, they know the nature of that investigation. This will all conclude. And when we believe, when in fact we write this administrative letter, quick one to the university, because what in there, we actually and therefore go by, because this is not to think or not get debate, this is not to, with all due respect to me, Koto at the university, this is not to intellectual debate, these are policy issues. When the commissioner hand down a recommendation to you, we they give you time for read them, respond to it. Up to now, they're not responding. We they anticipate.
Is it concerned that the USL they come out openly and challenge una report and even asking una for retreat, say una misstep certain issues?
Oh, we're not concerned. I don't put the records here straight, and I agree with Doc they talk. If you read this reaction, now only that concluding paragraph and the first two paragraphs.
Is that not undermining una work?
At the time, this is not simple English and a public document. If you read them, I don't know if you deliberate on them part or not. And like he said, we can never be confrontational because we are here for let's alone go forward.
No, but una write officially. They didn't reply. You just don't say they not reply to una. They went public.
And we they react to what in the public say, what in they ask or not possible. No apology. And then no retraction from the ACC and from the Director of Investigations. This is professional position. It will stand the test of time. 20 years down the line, we will maybe know what they are arena. People go can read this, internalize with the fact, and agree with the professional position. From when we begin at the commission, I know one day see that instant it we pull the position with you not going agree with them, which is your choice, but it remains our position. And then
this is unprecedented, right? For an institution come out and ask una for retract and apologize.
Well, maybe in this manner, but we've always had
people. I mean people will disagree. They will go to court and challenge. Yeah. But I mean publicly. Yeah. An institution where una investigate, una officially writes to them. They did not reply as according to you.
They have not replied yet.
Yes, but then come out with a press statement or a press conference and say una for retract and apologize. Is it not unprecedented?
It is unprecedented, but it is not unexpected.
Yeah, but and we never undermine una work.
Never ever. Not undermine we work, and I don't want come so now. The university will hold a brief for what they do on this. We don't read them. Me personally don't read them from front page to back. All 6 recommendations. Then in principle and in literature, agree with them. Now what time not it. We will go around by what they say and what we say.
Una consider this as a way for intimidate or say no, don't go beyond this.
No, intimidate we with all due respect. Nobody can attempt that. Because
you expect the university.
We are doing our job.
But naturally, you expect the university or formally reply or engage the agency,
with the way.
and that did
if
not
they choose that route, it go fine. But let's say they don't choose that route.
As we talk now,
let's say they don't choose that route. Lamana, I now say this on record, that we will compel the university to go by our recommendations. We have those powers.
Okay.
And if the leadership fail to, this is not a court, non-compliant sanctions. You don't see in the past where they issue non-compliant sanctions on heads of entities out of corruption prevention best practices all they recommend. So where SEC can take one route, there are several fallbacks. If anyone there will not doable, now I made them for reply. Administrative letters they reply to her and tell me what thing they're not able to do and why they're not able to do it. But then they have to do what they can do. Otherwise, these next steps are available.
Doc,
we go to compliance monitoring and
is the yourself concerned or that you know there are other steps we say then go take they ask for retraction and apology.
You see, no. This is not communication. Where I be tell you say we not force or quiz ACC. You not journalists. You get the word retraction when it comes to portrayal or publication, not so.
But this was not something the ACC published.
Fine.
Then it was an administrative letter. We reply to.
No, we're not late for reply. We don't reply ready as I talk now. Before the end of business today, ACC.
But why not do that before we go public?
We've been they digest the letter. Why you understand? People already they all over the place. They say ACC don't exonerate.
But that individual and this now.
The painful part now is the people that what we call say we can't help investigate. You understand? Then portrayal not be favorable. You understand? So you get for coming for actually put the record straight. Now, where I talked to Mr. Blake just now, he say they don't say the structure, then they go up 80%. I say yes, Mr. Blake. But when you say investigation, for just see the structure, you don't go draw conclusion, say problem no day. First of all, you get for ask for authorization for use that money. You okay? If I go take university money, for example, now I pass and buy AC car go na my lecture room. The question is, they authorize me for go use that money for put in a lecture room. Now layer of investigation. Second point is how I even buy that particular material. Is they in line with the standard procedure? So Madam make I say the university they in line with ACC at any point in time for probe as best as possible. So now that make I be start say
selectively.
Yes. No, not selective. What I be say? I say even if me suffer they talk, they find me one thing as person of interest.
But you're not happy with the ACC. You're not happy with this.
For anything, we're not happy with them.
The letter.
No. I mean, where would they so? Where would they talk about good faith? You understand? In a situation of that one, me and this man go, they even argue. Not to Pamplaba, he said this one we don't talk. No, I don't agree with you. You don't understand, and that makes us institutions.
But shall we get good relationship? If I talk to you in a corner,
trust me. When Mr. Blake talk say, commissioner been get meeting with we as management before ever it come out. I agree. So there was every room for continued dialogue, but the point was the communication worker as letter. It go out. You understand? And when it go out, it is spread all over. Somebody or people dancing that. There is on a way.
What are they saying? You not see it. What are they saying?
They no say no name. So they say investigate A, B, C, D. Look at this report where they talk about systemic issues. You don't know the point clear. So now that when we reach to the discipline committee, the discipline committee now not been they look at systemic issues generally, but individuals as per their liability or responsibility.
Finally on this, is it that you are not happy with how the people who you said institutions, but these were people who have been the manager institutions there. They think they've been exonerated. And I think are not happy with how they come up and defend themselves.
No. You know, in fact, if you use that kind of approach or judgment, it's like, anybody better one. No, that's not the thing. The case is not that they're not happy with people the way you say they don't exonerate them. The argument is the process The information wey we take to ACC, wetin I be we process about them. You don't understand, eh?
Okay.
Now that we be don't come out to the level, for example, of individuals, we don't talk general about media and salon. Now we don't come to Lamana as manager of Truth Media. It's different from when they talk about media challenges in Sierra Leone. You don't get the point clear. The first one I be for now we just on act, administrative, management, and procurement challenges generally. It might even be done fall or in the process fall on anybody outside management realm.
Okay.
You don't get the point.
It's not going to interact. They're not going to apply.
We know the problem with that. We also just don't say that this is not the situation.
Okay.
That not stop good relationship.
Communication.
Yes. That not stop good relationship between we and the commission.
So now achieve on objective.
For put the record straight.
Okay. Well, Mr. Abi, finally.
Finally, concern. That a very serious precedent has been set. And if they not reverse them and rectify them, nothing stops any other successive government for do the same.
Which one are precedent?
Set aside the courts by a minister will not get power for do them, so that he go deal with certain people go after certain people we not been doing bidding before he be minister. This is bad. Moving forward, anybody can do them. It can happen to anybody. An above case. Another one, you use university, you get funding, grants, you take a care and go to a private institution, not bad precedent. Then after, we don't be minister, you ask back for let them reinstate you, we not agree, put the people aside, you take and pick people and then count them and then do your bidding. In fact, because when you watch at them footprints and the pattern, given the antecedents that this minister be don't ask for be it don't apply twice, a fail for be professor. I'm not able to rule out the possibility that whilst he on leave, he go apply and then go score and we're not supposed to be and they make him professor. I'm not rule that out. Yes.
You get serious credibility doubt. It sounds like there's a credibility doubt in the minister.
Very much. There's a footprint. There's a pattern of abusing office.
If you had to recommend, if you did recommend.
Then for sack him.
Now you call for
absolutely. You don't victimize people and so much. You don't abuse in office, personal vendetta. You don't cause toxicity. You don't divide the university. You don't transfer. Make them transfer people from offices, competent people. For example, a finance officer na commerce. Because before he be minister, they put roadblocks and then some of the things that they ask them not give them, then pull them. Then send two people and they enable, pass away, then send a third person, relatively competent person, and they now, the deputy registrar, substantive person, then pull and then put an acting position. He put in Padide, one of these people and way they work with an in private farm. So
these are serious allegations.
Serious allegations.
We not get we'll definitely reach out to the minister if you want to reply.
Consistently they abuse the office for go after people. It violates the law. Essentially, as we speak, the Universities Act is null and void. Until they reverse that process, they in a bad precedent.
Blake, there's Mr. Lebinaya with serious allegations.
Those allegations are before the ACC. I can.
So these are things you're investigating.
We are looking at.
You can confirm that.
I will not confirm the specifics, but I will confirm say not to one issue concern the university with the investigate, because Mr. Leby na Sierra Leonean we and also mean well for this country go on before. Not putting him on the spot though, I believe he will be willing, like affirmatively, even yesterday I will follow him, say get evidence. So if need be, we can get on to him. What is important and what must be underscored is that nobody know the above the reach of the law. Circumstances maybe can make like it not happen now how any law enforcement agent can want one. But what thing we get as law enforcement agents, now 1, the law, 2, professionalism, and 3, time. So once we gather the evidence, like that other file what we talk about, so not only because it involve any kind of person make we not done it, or not only because nobody within that file not agree talk to we make we not done it. Somebody will be the lead this investigation process, not they keep too okay.
Okay.
And then you know what you want for keep the sanctity and integrity of some processes. You know, just go and give anybody. Even me, I don't do a commission for 16 years. Now, on need to know basis, they get access to some information. Because the health of some investigation process, in integrity, only preserve when you limit access.
Finally, Mr. Blake, una open up to this precedent of other institutions after una formally write to them, coming back to you publicly and say una need for retract and apologize? Is this a precedent that una no averse to and will continue?
We not the micromanage how people they react. When we they put out official communication, we they do several permutations and calculations.
But this is not an official communication.
What we they put out, what we they put out, or what they take a professional position. We ready for any eventuality.
Okay.
And nothing they take we are back. You see the SEC over the years, the consistency in what they do, we believe say available to public scrutiny. So not go around for take one journey today, where tomorrow go come for 1 week. No. Where we say the clerk of parliament in way for pay back the money and we ban her from holding public office. That's a position. We not go behind the scene and change her. We pay the money, we ban her. When we say Jack Kaikai will not see corruption evidence, we not see her. When we say Dr. Richard Conte will not see corruption evidence, we not see her. So that pattern, now we they continue with. So even on working with the University of Sierra Leone and any other public entity, if there is corruption, there is corruption. If there is no corruption, there is no corruption.
Thank you so much, Blake. Mr. Dr. Tonya, I'll give the paper. No, I'll give you back. I'll give the letter from audit service. But finally, on this point, should the public be concerned and worried about issues of corruption within the University of Salone, administrative issues, and the credibility of individuals as well?
Well, when you call them, that make, because that concerned about administrative issues, concerned about corruption, we decide for do investigation. All right? Not to witch hunt, not to anything for, look at anybody, put on a bad light, but now for let we able address issues. Again, I will come to one challenge. One, people they work, when they retire, for pay the ex gratia, what we call benefit take home. Because of the university always say money no day. Some people don't work, they don't die. They wait back, the one way they wait for receive that money, they don't die because of money no day. The current administration where it come, it inherits that money they for pay over 16 billion. It don't able for pay about 5 billion. Now still people then they retire as we sit on here. So where university not get money, na concern. So where we for pursue for get with money to anybody. Why I say anybody, including me self. You understand? We ready for work with ACC, the court of law, anybody for make sure say we retrieve we money there so that money go in at the system. Okay. So that one is important to me more than anybody in personal reputation.
But you're concerned if people and things say their personal reputation damage as well.
No, what in they talk in the process, you understand? Wow. Nobody know they go for good damage your reputation. But for ask you,
process it's damage.
No. You know they damaged by the university. No, you know they damaged by the university.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Tonya Musa, Mr. James Sambalebi, and also Blake from the ACC. Now they end the program this morning. That's been a good conversation. We'll follow up on the issues them, and whenever there is an update, definitely I've been reach out to the ministry. Then say then go come out with a statement. Whenever they come out with a statement or a position, we go get that conversation dinner as well. And the allegations same way Mr. Lebi make, he said he gets evidence. And if anybody want to challenge him, the platform is here. We can get a conversation around them. So make back tomorrow. Thanks to my colleagues, the technical and production team, and thanks to all our viewers and listeners. Have a lovely day and continue for Stay with Truth Media.
Respect to all massive and crew. It's been a long time you've been away from home. That's why me come back. When me sing things up and me bring you these conscious reggae vibes. Jah be my guide, Rastafari. Papa, you been tell we say make we trust the process, but man it is called the progress of the process. We are in suit and tie and dirty character. Thief man they all a thief now. This is them batter. I Rasta man, me know Eric Cockembu. Me represent blue, white and blue. That's what me have to do. You meet the water dirty, you know it make me settle, and then you jump inside. You don't dirty and more. Thief man they all a thief now. This is them batter. Salon they go behind. Who that now we go believe.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.